Welcome to another exciting edition of The Ravens Flock. Welcome one, welcome all. It is Saturday, April 5th, kicking off the Easter month here with another exciting addition to our flagship show here on this channel. I am your host, Jose Casabona, and I am also the host of Wrestle Rewind, and I am the founder, executive producer, and content manager of this channel. And on behalf of all of us, we appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. And joining me on my left is the host of Los Amigos Play, and certified cat lover and certified cat father, or you better be a good cat father, Mr. Angel Mendez.
My conversations with Elon Musk and his secret cargo project are none of your goddamn business. More importantly, hello everybody. Thank you kindly for joining us today. It is I, Angel, humble member of this group. Happy to be here, and once again, happy to have you all joining us today on this beautiful... Oh my goodness, it's the 5th of April. Look how fast time has gone by.
I know! March came and left.
It was
shorter than February, and February only had 28 days.
Well, you know what they say about madness. It comes and goes very fast.
That is true.
You can barely notice it. Well, all the same, thank you kindly for being here with us, and I hope that you enjoy watching this show as much as we enjoy making it for you.
Fantastic. And all the way to the far right is one of our awesome cosplayers here on this channel, and certified dog mother... Or at least I hope, and we can all trust that she is an awesome dog mother.
So you're telling me she's a bitch wrangler?
He said it, not me. Folks, give it up for Zayana Rose cosplay. He said it, not me. I was being
eating.
nice.
I was eating.
Wrangling all the bitches, though.
Yes, I'm a very good dog mother. I spoil my puppies. And they're little brats.
Little my ass.
Luna's little.
Luna-
Shiva is a big baby.
No, she's little compared to you.
She's little compared to Shiva.
That is a small horse, and that is another bigger horse you got in your house. I know. I've been there.
Have you even seen Luna?
I will.
She's
eventually.
tiny.
Yeah, for you. See, she says that, but I'm gonna walk into that door and
She's
an elephant is gonna
37
bowl me
pounds.
over.
She's tiny.
She's gonna talk.
You can lift
she's
her
gonna
up with
tackle
one
you like
arm.
that one kid from Reboot.
Yeah, like Shiva's gonna look at me and go, perish. And Luna's just gonna jump me from behind. That's how it works.
She's gonna glomp you like Amy glomps Sonic.
It's gonna be like that Beethoven movie. You know.
Okay, are we really going to talk about glomping? Leave it in the past.
Oh yeah.
I say this as a glomping queen from the past.
It's
Leave
true.
it in the past. Leave
Fair.
it in the
Leave it in the
past.
It's had its time.
And if any of you don't know what glomping is, good.
Good.
You're
Good.
better off.
And of course, folks, let's not forget the host of the Black Files, my entire partner for Wrestling Rewind, the man who puts in the hours behind all the videos on his channel every single week. This man is a cat and a dog lover. Not exactly a cat and dog parent because they don't own a cat or a dog.
No, I own a rabbit that my kid takes care of.
Fine, then you're a rabbit uncle.
He owns a child.
That's...
Yeah, fair enough. Mr. Juan Rouse.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank you for that fine introduction, Jose. Don't you ever forget the Mr.
All right. And much like all of our other shows, folks, we are simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. So hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications. Leave your questions and comments on the chat. We'll answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an inner flocker. And for $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks that comes with our membership. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know that you are committed to us, that you are here to help rescue the Ravens Flock from the clutches of late-stage capitalism, that you believe in the mantra and the statement and the mission statement that we've been purporting for over 10 years. We make your voice our mission. We proselytize the glorious wonders of the world of geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between. And most importantly, we do speak up in the important and darker issues that lie at the bottom of our fair community, in order to try and make things better by bringing those problems out to the light, dragging it out to the greatest disinfectant of all, which is sunlight, and actually making it aware for all of you guys to know of. You guys have been so wonderful to us. We appreciate you all for it. And what we would really appreciate is if you can continue doing what you've been doing with us this whole time, which is spreading the word of the Ravens Flock. Continue supporting us by sharing, by liking, by commenting, and by subscribing to us and hitting the notification notification bell to stay up to date on all of our alerts over here. Make sure that you're commenting on our stuff, not just during the stream, but after the stream as well. That lets the algorithm know that you like what you see and that other people should like what you see as well. Because if they like what you like, then they will like you. And if they like you, then we will like you more. But we also like you, but they will like you and you will like us as well.
We will like you. We will like you just as much as these two like their cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Even more than that.
And rabbits.
I'm not feeding you though. Like, fuck off, go away.
But what's important
That's
is
my
that
steak.
you guys continue supporting us the way you have been, and we appreciate it a bunch. If you're not the commitment type, I understand. Not everybody's up for that gag. You could still subscribe. You could still contribute to the Ravens flock by tipping us in our Cash App and our PayPal tip jars. Links in the description below. But if you are a real deal Holyfield kind of motherfucker, then you will become an inner flocker, and you will ask your friends and family and everyone that you know and love to also become subscribers. The more subscribers we get, the more inner flockers we have out of that. And before you know it, we'll be completely self-reliant, so we won't have to worry about working a day in our lives because we'll actually be working for you, working for ourselves, actually doing what we love and making a living doing that. With your help, we can and will succeed. You also get access to Members First and Members Only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and you get access to all of us, the Ravens flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, and your ideas to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. Hey, up in the chat, we have got Nikki Bella in the house. We got Fight Center Macrocephalus. Lisa Boo's back. Kyle Cat is in the chat. Mr. Quake is back in the chat. And did I see Haley Ray earlier from here?
No,
it doesn't look like she'll
Haley
be making
Ray
this.
has not popped up.
Thank you
yet.
all the same for all of you joining us today. Your presence makes us not only happy, but it makes us hopeful that somehow, some way, our voices are still not just echoing into the empty void of the internet, but reaching someone's ears. If even one person is left in this world to listen to what we have to say, then that means that our journey has been worthwhile.
That is true. And whether you do like dogs or cats or rabbits or any pets that are cute and adorable, we also have to understand that we human beings, we're also a bunch of filthy animals ourselves.
Yes.
Indeed.
And-
we think that we're special, that we don't belong to the food chain.
but
Bunch
no.
of filthy animals.
But no. We do belong to the food chain. We are both predator and prey. Animals
Yep.
will eat us.
You don't believe me? Take a look at tigers. Up
You can
close.
call yourself
with
a
your
prey.
mouth.
To the record, though, we are winning that race on the grounds that we are the dominant species of the planet.
Or not.
But
Or whales.
But
Or we
we can't-
Thank you, Fight Center.
But we are not gods. We
We're
are
not
not
invincible.
running on infinite fuel. All
Speak
right.
for yourself.
if we
I
did,
plan to live
technically-
forever.
if we did that, we would not be part of the natural cycle. Our need to eat is the reason why we are on top of it, after all.
But we can help with that. We can help with that problem of keeping our bodies running all day long with some special energy. And I'm not talking regular energy. I'm talking glitch energy.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Just like today, just like yesterday, just like in the future, this show and all future shows is sponsored by the wonderful folks at Glitch Energy.
That's right, folks. Glitch Energy, specially formulated, smart energy blend keeps you running strong all day long, just like the Ravens flock, with zero carbs, zero sugar, zero lag, zero crash, zero calories and zero crash. But most important is that these guys don't just leave you hanging with one generico-ass brand of flavor. The fine folks at Glitch Energy, they spoil you for choice with over 30 different varieties of flavor for their smart energy blend.
That's right. Currently on glitchenergy.com, they have two new and popular flavors that are out at the moment. They have the Quest item, which is inspired by Medieval Dynasty, and it is a sweet apple flavor. And they also have the Level Up Lemonade, which is a pink lemonade flavored that is inspired by the Level Up Arena.
Yep, which for those of you who are not complete and utter internet degenerates who don't know the world of competitive gaming, the Level Up Arena is a premier venue for gamers located in Kansas City, Missouri.
It is a giant arena, Angel. It's a giant venue for gamers, made by gamers to attract more gamers.
They actually have gladiatorial games where only the strongest ones survive.
Video games, yes.
We who are about to game salute you.
Well, if you consider Fortnite tournaments gaming, then yes.
That is not gaming. That is calling the weak.
Well,
The
Well-
only games that go down there are the Hunger Games.
Oh my god.
And folks, of course, if you go to glitchenergy.com and use our promo code FlockFuel, you'll receive a 20% discount on your order, so don't delay.
Said flock fuel, not flock fool.
Flock Fuel.
You
Yes.
see it? F-U-E-L.
So don't delay. Go to glitchenergy.com, start your month off with April, get your hands on some Level Up Lemonade, or go on or get your hands on some Quest item today.
I want to thank Glitch Energy very much once again for partnering with the Ravens flock. You guys have been excellent, and we've been hoping that we've been excellent right back to y'all.
All right. Well, there's no easy way to segue into the first story because this one really came out of left field, and this definitely was not an April Fool's joke.
Especially considering that it came up the day after April Fool's Day. It came up on Wednesday, April 2nd.
Yeah, I know, and it happened late night.
And it was tragic and depressing, but thankfully the world over have made enough time to be able to stop and pause and make sure that we are giving the proper recognition to this wonderful man who died, sadly, a little too soon, and something that could have been preventable if we had the tech and if we had the medicine. But that's the pharmaceutical industrial complex for your ass. So what do we know?
So, in an article provided to us by CNN.com, the headline reads, Val Kilmer, film star known for Top Gun, Batman Forever, and Tombstone, dead at 65. This is an article provided that was updated at 2:33 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday, April 2nd, and it is by Ali Rosenblum and Brian Lowry.
Man finally reaches retirement age. Immediately ends it all. Jesus Christ.
God damn it!
He was just tired, I guess.
So,
Damn.
Val Kilmer, a movie star who throughout his career proved he was up for any task, from playing a cocky naval pilot to wearing the Batman suit, died on Tuesday, according to his daughter Mercedes Kilmer, who released a statement to the New York Times and the Associated Press. He was 65. The cause of death was pneumonia, Mercedes Kilmer told the media outlets. CNN has reached out to representatives for Kilmer and his family for comment. Kilmer had recovered from a 2014 throat cancer diagnosis that required
that required a tracheotomy surgery.
Tracheotomy surgery that altered his voice. In recent years, Kilmer largely stepped away from acting, but made a brief return to the craft in Top Gun Maverick, the sequel to the original film that launched him and that cast into superstardom. The sequel, which released in 2022 after a two-year delay, deftly blended Kilmer's off-screen health issues into the film's story, with his Tom Iceman Kazansky, the smug but cool rival to Tom Cruise's Pete Maverick Mitchell, ultimately succumbing to an ailment in the film.
Oh, damn.
As one of Kilmer's last film roles, it concluded one of the most interesting and bankable careers in Hollywood history. Born and raised in California's San Fernando Valley, Kilmer studied at the Hollywood Professional School before heading to New York, where at 21 he became the youngest student at the time to be accepted into Juilliard School's drama department.
Damn, Juilliard, that's the same school that Alan Tudyk went to.
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk, yep.
Alan Tudyk, sorry.
He began his film career in the 1984 comedy Top Secret, and acted in several movies throughout the 80s, including his breakout role in 1986's Top Gun. Then came an incredible streak of successful genre-spanning movies in the 1990s. A superhero film with 1995's Batman Forever, in which he played the Dark Knight. A Western, 1993's Tombstone, where he played Doc Holliday. A biopic in 1991's The Doors, where he portrayed Jim fucking Morrison. And a crime film, Michael Mann.
Oh shit, he was in Heat.
He was in
Yes.
Heat.
Everybody
Michael
loves
Mann.
Heat.
Yep, masterpiece. Yep.
And he also voiced Moses in the 1998 CG film The Prince of Egypt.
That's
Well,
right.
animation more
Animation, sorry.
Yeah, one of his less lucrative pursuits included one-man stage show Citizen Twain about Mark Twain, whose work he deeply admired and referenced frequently in interviews. In all, Kilmer's films made nearly $2 billion at the global box office, according to ComScore.
Yeah, no. Throughout his career, the roles that Kilmer played possessed an iconic quality while underscoring the way his character frequently
His
career frequently zigged at the point where it could have zagged, to his detriment, if not in terms of the quality of the work, but how Hollywood and the public perceived him. Kilmer enthusiastically agreed to star as Batman, for example, but quickly soured on the experience, passing on another sequel in favor of the forgettable reboot, The Saint.
Similarly, he took a role in the
Yeah.
the Island of Dr. Moreau, in order to play opposite Marlon Brando, only to clash with director John Frankenheimer, exchanges caught on camera, and be disappointed when a detached Brando periodically refused to come to the set, letting a stand-in take his place.
Yeah, Marlon Brando was kind of a fucking nightmare to work with.
Especially in his later years over here, and that movie was... he reflected on his career and life in the 2021 documentary Val. Through interactions he had videotaped with his family and on film sets for years, including behind-the-scenes footage from Tombstone and the Top Gun cast partying after hours. We're at all the start of our careers, Kilmer called.
By the way, I want to bring this up right now, and this isn't mentioned here in the article, but Val Kilmer was also one of the stars in the 2006 film Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
That's right. And that was alongside Robert Downey Jr. It was a dark comedy, and it's one of my.
It was pretty fucking dark.
Oh yeah, no, it's pretty dark, but also at the same time, it's also pretty neat the way it played out. If you haven't seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang,
Highly recommended.
Highly recommend. Directed by Shane Black, the guy who wrote he wrote Lethal Weapon, right?
He wrote Lethal Weapon, and didn't he also went on to
he directed Iron Man 3.
To direct Iron Man 3.
Ah.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That explains the beats felt so familiar.
Mike up here.
That explains why the beats were feeling so familiar there for a second.
Indeed. All right, let's see. At the time, Kilmer was recovering from throat cancer surgery, so his son Jack read the actors' written narration, sounding uncannily like his father. Kilmer frequently expressed about his desire to work with certain directors, showing audition videos that he shot for parts he failed to land in Goodfellas and Full Metal Jacket, seeking to impress directors like Martin Scorsese and Stanley Kubrick, respectively. He also documented his laborious auditioning and preparation process for portraying Jim Morrison in The Doors. Ultimately, in the documentary, he expressed excitement about all that would come next. I have behaved bizarrely to some. I deny none of this and have no regrets because I have lost and found parts of myself that I never knew existed. I am blessed, he said.
Damn.
Kilmer identified as a Christian Scientist, opening up interviews about his faith and beliefs.
I think we could stop here. I mean, yeah.
I don't think we should, though. What do you guys think?
I don't mind keeping going.
All right, fine.
In 2020 interview with Men's Health, the actor spoke about the illness through the lens of his faith. Well, something that was reaffirmed to me on such a level was almost shocking. Was a sense of universal love, a kind of power and a different sense of love. It was coming into my consciousness and my body while I was at the hospital. He said, going on to add that he didn't believe in death. Kilmer is survived by his 2 adult children, Jack and Mercedes, from his marriage to Willow co-star Joanne Whaley. The younger Kilmers are both actors and have been involved in projects with their father. He co-starred with Mercedes in the 2020 film Patriot, and in addition to voicing the Val documentary, he also lent his voice to his father's character on the Disney Plus Willow series. Despite his condition at the end of time of 2021 documentary, and the tragedy that included the death of his younger brother at the age 15, Kilmer spoke of leading a magical life. He said that he found a silver lining even as he endured fans asking for the same Top Gun-inspired "You Can Be My Wing" autograph over and over at Comic-Con. In his own words, I feel grateful.
Damn. And I mean damn. And you know something? Yeah, no, I gotta be honest with you, like, up until now, like, here's the thing. Personally, I knew that he had a hand in other roles during his career. He was part of Top Gun, he voiced the Prince of Egypt, he was also part of Willow. But to me, in my personal opinion, like, his character role stood out the most to me was his portrayal of Batman.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow.
I'm sorry. No. I mean, it's a hot take for me. I know you and I are...
It's not really a hot take. It's just like, yeah, no, wow. But also at the same time, like, I was the one that had to remind you, like, I was the one who said, like, you had to go with Batman, didn't you?
It's Batman.
Bro, it's Batman. He is iconic in more ways than one.
Even if he's Batman forever.
And in my opinion... I'll go so far as to argue...
Zero damage.
Hang on. In my opinion, I will go so far as to argue he is one of the better Bruce Waynes that a lot of the other male actors portrayed.
Well, honestly, for all the troubles that movie had, and God knows he has some troubles.
Not as many as Batman and Robin.
No, not as many.
No.
But I always felt like, Batman Forever, like, it did focus a bit more on Bruce Wayne on that one, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
I thought he did a good job. Like, I thought he struck a decent balance between the mask and the suit.
They tried to touch the story of, like, hey, what is Bruce Wayne if he doesn't do Batman anymore, or can he ever escape being Batman?
Yeah.
They were trying for that. You see hints and pieces of that in elements of the story in his scenes with Nicole Kidman, who's Dr. Chase Meridian,
It
who's
might
a
be the kind of
psychiatrist.
thing that needed like a TV series and not a movie to cover. Not
Yeah.
enough time, perhaps.
But
Yeah.
it was still enjoyed.
Oh,
Everyone-
no, I certainly had fun with it.
And as of course, he shared this little clip. I can't show the whole thing,
Show it anyway.
but
No,
y'all,
dude, I just shared it for personal. You didn't
Oh,
have
well.
to.
I wanted to show.
If there's anywhere at the circus, they'll be alive!
If Bruce Wayne could have given his life for your family, he would have.
Yeah. Solid shit.
All I can think about every second of the day is getting Two-Face.
Hang on.
Yeah, thank you. No. Actually, yeah, please, because copyright.
Yeah, we don't want to get dinged by Warner Brothers.
Fucking
God knows
WB.
those fucking dopes have enough
Well,
trouble
yeah,
as it is.
honestly, like I said, good stuff. And for its time, those special effects were pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the one little piece of it with him.
Yeah, but you saw what they were trying to do with Juan.
Well, it is a good scene because it shows the rest of him actually talking with Dick Grayson and just
Yeah.
like, I am so fucking furious. I just want to murder him. I just want to murder Two-Face, and I want to kill him. I want you to help me kill
But
Two-Face.
then
Help me
Bruce Wayne lays down some truth and actually lays down. You don't have to play it.
now. I'm not gonna play it, but I'm.
Play it anyway.
No,
Do it.
Don't listen to him.
Do
He
it.
wants to get us in trouble.
Intrusive thoughts. Go, 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 go.
Well, I'm just gonna show this part over here.
No, Juan, don't do it. Otherwise, you're a dumbass.
No, I won't be a dumbass, but I am going to. Wait, what is he? Did he shower in all
Yes.
that time?
Well, yeah. What, you think he's gonna sleep in his bat suit?
No,
took-
I mean.
He
no,
took a
I mean, like,
5-second
maybe.
shower while the other guy was talking.
Yeah, no, he, like
Sometimes
what-
I feel like
what
I'm
he-
trapped by this need of vengeance. La 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 la. Here comes the Batman. La la la. And I
Juan,
want to kill
no,
him
seriously,
some.
You need to
Hold
stop.
Then it will happen this way. You make the kill. But your pain doesn't die with Harvey, it grows. So you run out into the night to find another face. And another. And another. Until one terrible morning you wake up and realize that revenge has become your whole life.
Casting over his face on this side too.
Dun, 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 dun.
And that is actually a very
That's
poignant
a
advice.
very
It's
solid.
like okay, you want to murder him, you want revenge. This
Sure.
is how it's gonna play out. Are you ready to live with that shit?
Because that's the life that Bruce Wayne lives.
The Bat Bruce Wayne. Exactly.
I love how when you see their faces, like Dick's face is framed somewhat in shadow, so it looks like he's wearing a mask, while Bruce's face is almost completely eaten by the shadow. There is no mask. It's fucking kinematic.
It is. It truly is.
My soul transcends cringe.
So I was
Zia-
going to say Ziana Rose, like in any of the films that we just listed off that he was part of. What films did you watch? Any of those films? Like probably not Top Gun.
I watched Prince of Egypt.
Yeah.
I watched Willow,
Like,
and I did watch the Batman Forever, but it's been a long time, so I barely remember it.
like
But you do remember Prince of Egypt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the-
it was fun.
the animation was really good
Man's
for
got
its
some
time.
good voice acting shows.
you-
I love that part when they were walking through the split sea and you see the lightning crash in the water
And
and,
you
it
see the
reflects
big
it.
blue
The
whale
and the
underneath.
whale.
It's not a whale, it's a whale shark.
Oh my god, even worse. But like
I love it.
the thing about that was that he like Val Kilmer went in and he actually sang his parts in the movie. That wasn't some double. He went in and is like, no, I want to give this shit my entire ass. I'm
He
not
went to
half-assing
Juilliard.
it. Yeah, exactly. That with that kind of commitment, with that kind of fucking like respect, not just for the story and not just for all that good jazz, but mainly for like, I'm a fucking actor. I'm a fucking guy who makes his living in this craft. I'm going to dedicate myself to each part of it as best as possible. And the fact that he pulled that shit off and his singing voice is angelic.
Of course.
Excuse me.
No, you're fine.
Man,
But
that scene with the river turning into blood was fucking sick.
that was pretty good.
That was sick.
And
Because it
my-
doesn't happen instantaneously. You see the blood slowly spread and
Spreading
take
out
over
from
the
his-
water.
Yeah,
You know what my
spreading
favorite
from
is?
his staff.
You know what my favorite is? The whole montage of the plagues of Egypt.
Yeah.
I sent my scourge, I sent my sword.
Fucking
thus
town on
saith
fire.
the Lord.
Good
Exactly.
shit.
That was really good. But that being said, whether it's The Prince of Egypt, or whether it's Batman Forever, whether it's Top Gun, or whether it's Willow, or any films that or all the films that you have seen throughout the course of his entire career, like Val Kilmer will certainly be remembered for, giving it 150%, nailing it out of the park for each and every film. And just
Despite the quality of the film itself,
Despite the
like you
quality
said,
of the film itself.
because he's been a part of a couple that were not all that hot.
Hey, can't all be like ground haters. Sometimes you fuck up, you pick the wrong project, or the director screws
Island of
something.
But
Dr. Moreau.
But his effort,
It happens.
Yeah, but his effort and his dedication to this craft will never, ever be mediocre.
No, that was never into question.
That was never in question. Also, I see I see Ben Cruz in the chat.
Hey, boys.
Ben Cruz, how's it going? Mr. Quake, I saw the Jim Morrison movie as a kid on Encore. Let's see here.
Jesus,
hey,
I just remember the Encore channel existed. Thank you.
Val, yeah.
Same! I thought it
Lisa
died.
Blue,
They have some solid hits here and there.
Val Kilmer was a Juilliard student, very underrated.
Yeah.
Very talented. Kyle, Mask of the Phantasm still did better, but for the live action film, it was effective. Yeah, of course. I
Mask
love the
of the
movie Real
Phantasm.
Genius, says Mr.
Yeah,
Geek
the
Me Out.
animated movie.
How's it going, Mr.
That had
Geek Me Out?
nothing to do with Val Kilmer, though.
Oh, okay.
No, that was all Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. Also, Johnny Ortiz, how's it going? Hey up, welcome to the Ravens flock. Let's see. Willow from Buffy is hot. I mean, Allison Hannigan, come on, you can't say
Yes.
We were
We're
talking
talking
about a different Willow.
We're talking
by
about
Zachary.
the magical, like, fantasy
Yeah,
films.
we fucking
Yeah, bro,
love
that's a
tweezers.
whole different Willow.
It's
Yeah.
Warwick Davis and
Don't we know we
Val
are
Kilmer.
violently sexually attracted to trees?
It gives a whole new meaning of the term tree hugger.
Yeah.
Ah,
I'm gonna
Let me see what
I'm
else,
gonna go to the park after this and I'm gonna bend that oak in half with a chainsaw, right? With a chainsaw, right? No.
Way to Angel, way to embrace your love, man. No one's ever going to accuse you of not being an environmentalist.
Exactly. I love nature. I love nature.
we have strange friends, Zana.
Yes,
help
we
me.
do.
There was that one episode in the Godzilla show where he fights a giant pile of petrol jelly. Think about that for a second.
Ew, what the fuck?
I remember that.
Kyle, he has joined the other Bat Legends in the sky like Adam West and Kevin Conroy.
And don't forget Alfred, the old Alfred.
Just
Oh, yeah,
imagine the board.
Michael Gout, which, if you recall, fun fact, that comedy movie he was in, Top Secret,
Yeah.
the scientist guy that he was working with,
That
that's
was
Michael
Alfred.
Gout. That was Alfred. So he worked with Alfred before they were Alfred and Batman.
Imagine getting to heaven and the first thing you see is Adam West and he's wearing the costume. Hey, chum, care to join us for toast? And right next to him is Kevin Conroy dressed normally. He's like, he just likes wearing the suit.
He just likes me.
That's right. And folks, speaking of Top Gun, speaking of Top Gun, one of the most popular, awesome actors in Hollywood, and certainly a guy who is not afraid to put his life on the line, paid an honorable tribute
To former co-star.
to his former co-star, and it is none other than Tom Cruise.
He's a little too not afraid to put his life on that. Tom, please stop. We have working professionals as a stunt team.
I can do this!
Okay, we know you can. Stop, Tom, please. Tom, why are you doing this? I want my own style meter.
In an article provided by BBC, the headline reads, "Grateful and honored, Tom Cruise pays tribute to Val Kilmer."
This man is 60-something.
Jesus Christ.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
Regan Morris and Crystal Hayes, the BBC, reporting from Las Vegas at CinemaCon. All right, Tom Cruise has paid tribute to his Top Gun co-star Val Kilmer, who died earlier this week at age 65. Appearing at CinemaCon in Las Vegas, Tom Cruise led a crowd in the Coliseum Theater in a moment of silence to honor a dear friend of mine, Val Kilmer. I can't tell you how much I admired his work, how much I thought of him as a human being, and how grateful and honored I was when he joined Top Gun, Cruise said to Kilmer, instead of Kilmer, who played his rival Iceman in Top Gun in 1986. The 2022 sequel, Top Gun Maverick, marked Kilmer's last movie role. Kilmer, also known for his roles in playing Batman and Jim Morrison in The Doors, died Tuesday night in Los Angeles. In Las Vegas, Cruise bowed his head in the cavernous theater, which was packed with movie theater owners and others who work in the industry. Thank you, Val. Wish you well on your next journey. Cruise said afterwards. Cruise was speaking during the Paramount Pictures presentation at CinemaCon. He also showed off a sneak peek at trailer of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which
so many Mission Impossibles!
which is set to be released later this year, and honoring the film's director, Christopher McQuarrie, who was named CinemaCon's Director of the Year. And
Might as well call it Mission Possible, because it keeps happening over and over again.
it just keeps happening.
Mission probably? Mission unlikely?
Mission ending impossible.
Yes.
Seriously.
Dun, 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 dun,
Okay.
dun.
Okay, we know this part. Okay, trailer showed Cruise is famous for doing his own stunts in a series of action-packed scenes on fighter jets, in explosions, and wing walking on a vintage plane.
Good guys don't look at explosions.
explosions.
Oh shit, that one killed my buddy. Fuck.
Oh shit! As Hollywood paid tribute to Kilmer, Cruise had been one of the few stars who waited to publicly comment on the actor's death. The star had been vocal about how much he enjoyed working with Kilmer. He said on Jimmy Kimmel Live that he cried having him on set for Top Gun Maverick. I was crying. I got emotional. Cruise said on the show about working with Kilmer, he's such a brilliant actor. I love his work. Kilmer's family told U.S. media that he died after coming down with pneumonia. The actor had 2 tracheotomies while undergoing a treatment for throat cancer. The procedures forced him to use a voice box to speak, and in the 2022 film, he types on a screen to communicate with Cruise's character. Towards the end of their scene together, Kilmer's as Iceman gets up from his chair and coarsely tells Cruise the Navy needs Maverick. The two embrace, and then Iceman pokes fun, questioning Cruise about who's the better pilot.
Yeah, by the way, that was the big emotional hook of the movie, which is okay, you know Tom Cruise. He likes to make his action movies very formula standard because they are done well.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And the big plot of Maverick is basically, Maverick, you are too old, you are too reckless, and your reckless actions have taken away the respect of the military, but the Russians are attacking us. Wow, topical. And we need you to go in there and fight the Russians. And he's like, but I don't know if I have what it takes to do this again.
It's okay. You're not alone. We're gonna need you to train the next generation as well.
Oh my god.
Are they gonna listen to me? You're an old man. I don't trust you. They don't trust me.
It's basic. Okay, remember the Titans with Denzel Washington?
Yeah, I love that
Okay,
movie.
it's like that, but replace football with we're gonna fight the Russians in Gundams. I mean planes.
With Gundam.
Bro, plane culture is basically a giant robot fight. Think about it. We have giant war machines that go incredibly fast and cost millions of dollars. We have real-life hotshot pilots with problems with obedience issues and incredible skill. We have homoeroticism out the ass.
The totally not just implied, but extremely hilariously explicit homoeroticism.
We got 90s metal.
Gay? But go on.
Yeah, when you think about it, the section of the U.S. military that handles warplanes is basically a mecha anime. People like Maverick exist in real life.
You're not wrong.
There are men out there that can do things that border in magic on a plane, but on the ground they are assholes.
Yes, they are.
They are basically Gundam pilots. Think about that for a second.
God,
Now that being said, of course, we here at the Ravens Flock would like to extend our deepest condolences to the family and friends and all the loved ones that were close to Val Kilmer. He's definitely one of the greatest actors in all of Hollywood and one of the greatest human beings alive. And
I wouldn't say alive anymore.
Well, he's one of the greatest human beings that we had.
Okay,
Yeah, that
sorry.
works.
I really wasn't trying to be snarky, but at the same time,
got to control your snark.
I at the same time, I wasn't trying to
Nice
be.
job.
though.
Joe brought him back to life and you killed him just like that again. What is wrong with you?
You single-handedly
Jesus,
with your
man.
words.
Just running there with a needle and a gun. Why would you?
I'm sorry. I'm good at words.
Maybe a little too good for your own good. Sometimes
Suffering
to a fault.
from success. The Juan Arau story.
Now, serious tone, please. We here would like to we extend our deep condolences, and we would like to pay a moment of silence for Mr. Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer, you will be seriously missed. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Man, this was heavy. How are we gonna bounce back from this story?
Well, Since they were mentioning CinemaCon in the Tom Cruise bit, I guess it makes sense that we also got inundated yesterday and today with brand new trailers and teasers for new movies and coming attractions coming up. So
Well, you know
Yeah,
what they say
Wancho,
about
you
theaters.
Wancho, you use your snark to kill my speech. You owe us something good.
Well, you know what they say about theater? Tragedy and comedy are two sides of the same coin, and after we had all this tragedy, we might as well douse it down with some comedy to, wash it out. It's like medication followed by a shot of sugar, honey. Iced tea.
Have you had a little experience with that?
I think he has.
I had a few experiences with that.
Okay, that's a story for another time.
It's the kind of shit that makes you wake up at 3 in the morning eating $2 steaks and looking at the prices right, Marty. It's the kind of shit that makes a man go out the other side knowing every Bible in the fucking verse Bible by memory, Marty. Marty, I sing things. Marty, I see shit that would turn you white. Marty.
So, Juan, what have you got for us?
well, the good news is we do have some awesome comedies coming our way as well. We've got fun action movies coming our way as well. So let's go ahead and let's try and get everyone back in a happy mood over here.
Yeah.
So let's start off with this first article from Deadline. It was published Thursday, April 3rd on Deadline. The headline reads, "The Naked Gun trailer shows off the new version of Frank Drebin as Liam Neeson takes over," and this was reporting from CinemaCon by Anthony D'Alessandro, Nancy Tartaglione, and Jill Goldsmith.
Of all the things in the world that I never expected to come back, ever, Naked Gun was most certainly not one of them.
The naked.
I know nothing about Naked Gun,
It's
but when you guys showed me the trailer of this, I was like, okay, this actually looks really funny. I might
Naked
watch
Gun
it.
is basically Looney Tunes in real life. It takes the premise of a serious, greedy crime drama with the main character, the legendary Leslie Nielsen, may he rest in peace, and proceeds to throw a million visual gags and bizarre, really bizarre, like, imagery into the movie to make it look as funny as possible. Like,
Just to remind everyone, like, dude, you're like every single one of these genres is literally one comma and
yeah.
away from being the most ridiculous shit ever.
Imagine, if you will, an actual serious crime thriller, but we had the entire visual script written by Tex Avery cartoons. Just non-stop
Avery,
visual.
yeah.
There was one particular funny one in the first movie where I think it was the second one or the first one. The final climax took place in the middle of a baseball game, and while the main character is fighting the bad guys and trying to disarm the bomb or whatever, the actual baseball game is filled with more gags than a Futurama episode. We have a dude trying to run to base only to get attacked by a tiger, and then we have another guy trying to grab the ball, and the other bowler, the other player, runs outside of the fucking stage, gets on his car, drives in, and runs over half of the other team. It's just fucking
For no
crazy
reason.
shit.
It's just like, no, this is the hardest game ever.
Are you sure it wasn't just a fever dream?
No,
Where
yes,
one
maybe.
There
There
was
was-
Naked Gun, there was Naked Gun 2.5, and then Naked Gun 3.3.
There was also that one. There's also like the gags are also based on escalation, constant cutaway. Like it's like a scene is happening and it cuts to another scene happening. But in one of those scenes, things are just going to increasingly ridiculous extents. Like the part with the prison fight where he goes, "We need to make sure there's no evidence. Destroy the documents." So you have a scene that cuts between the guy fist fighting the other prisoners and Leslie Nielsen ripping the papers apart, and then he's setting them on fire, and then he pulls out a shredder from somewhere and starts shredding the paper. Then he starts eating the paper. Then he puts the papers on a plate with condiments, a bottle of wine, and a candle.
eating the fucking papers.
What the heck?
It's just,
Okay, you're gonna have to show me that
the
little
idea is
portion of
based
it,
on
'cause that's
basically
funny.
gag escalation. The visual comedy gets more and more ridiculous while there is a completely different scene being played perfectly straight. So you have this insane world that is not insane to anybody except the viewer. That's why it works. It's pure visual gag comedy, and I miss it, honestly.
Same.
It's been a while since we've seen
Well, it
it.
looks like we've got some good folks behind this, Jazz, so check it out. Paramount jump-started its CinemaCon presentation on Thursday by dropping the first teaser trailer for The Naked Gun, the reboot of the cop spoof franchise. Watch it above. The studio rolls out the pick August 1st in theaters. Leslie Nielsen plays Frank Drebin Jr., the son of Leslie Nielsen's Naked Gun / Police Squad character, who is following in his father's footsteps. Akiva Shaver from Saturday Saturday Night Live and pop star Never Stop, Never Stopping, directs, and Seth MacFarlane
Holy
produces.
shit. Seth
So,
MacFarlane.
Akiva Schaffer, obviously a director for SNL, and Seth MacFarlane.
The guy who gave us Family Guy, he gave us American Dad, he gave us
Ted.
A Million Ways to Die in the West, Ted,
Did you
the
see
Orville.
A Million
The
Ways
Orville.
to Die in the
Have you seen A Million Ways to Die in the West?
I feel like I have at one point, but not all the
Okay,
way
it's
through.
basically that.
Let me put it this way. Seth MacFarlane, Charlize Theron, Liam Neeson. Takes place in the Wild West. There's a straight
Oh
ass
god, I
story
forgot. Liam Neeson was the
Oh
antagonist.
yeah,
of that
yeah.
film.
Liam Neeson plays the villain in this one.
And there's also Neil Patrick Harris.
That's right.
Oh, Neil Patrick Harris.
And mustache.
Okay, it is fucking ridiculous,
Rock
and it is
candies.
hilarious as fuck. We will need to expose you to this stupidity as soon as possible.
Some point you gotta see it. But yeah, no, basically just pure gag shit. And
Alright.
that's why it works.
The cast. Sorry, go on.
Really quick. So, you mentioned who's Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, Liam
Yeah.
Neeson.
So now I can't take him seriously anymore. 'Cause
I don't think you're
after
supposed
seeing
to.
this, I'm just like, I now need someone to just do another like a quick edit and make him look like Qui-Gon Jinn.
That's exactly what they
Hang on a
picked in.
minute. Let me read the rest of this article here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
The cast includes Pamela Anderson,
Ah,
Paul Walter Hauser as the son of George Kennedy's Captain Ed Hockman from The Naked Gun, CCH Pounder, Kevin Durand, Cody Rhodes.
what?
Holy shit! WWE Champion Cody Rhodes.
What?
Adrenaline in my soul, making his big screen debut. Cody Rhodes,
Oh my god!
Why are we... Bro,
Liza Koshy, and Eddie Yu,
And Danny
with-
Houston.
I was
and
not
with Danny
expecting the
Houston.
story to be finished like this. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Cody Rhodes is in this?
Cody
Bullshit.
fucking Rhodes?
Now you're hearing the voice of Liam Neeson saying, "Finish the story."
The trailer features Drebin foiling a bank robbery after sneaking into the scene disguised as a schoolgirl licking a lollipop. After dispatching the bad guys, he's asked who he is. Frank Drebin, Police Squad. The new version. Dan Greger and God dang it, stop it. Dan Greger and Doug Mand and Akiva Schaffer wrote the script for the pick, which in the short teaser showed today did suggest it respects its silly roots, even its O.J. Simpson ones. That's literally like we had one character at the end. I'm not going to play the full thing, but I'm going to cut to the bit at the end here with it just showing.
That should allow us to skip the copyright
Yeah.
problem.
That should. Actually, I want to show. Hold
The new version.
on. First,
Ah,
I'm sorry, I can't get over
old
that.
man ball sacking strawberry panties. How you like that fan service?
Yep,
It's
folks.
beautiful.
It's great.
You're not hallucinating. That is Liam Neeson in a little schoolgirl plaid skirt with little schoolgirl fruity underwear, hiding his immense balls.
For the record, that he looked just like a little girl when he walked into the bank, and when he takes off the mask, his body fucking swells to like 6 feet. That's right, punk. It's great. It's great.
Let me actually cut to the.
Yeah, there it is. Go back.
Okay.
Too
Well,
much.
actually-
Too much. There.
All right. Yeah. All right.
There,
we
right
go.
there.
There it is.
Okay, so I'm not gonna play the audio.
I just want you to know that I
I
miss
miss
your
you,
dad.
Dad. I love you very
Yep.
much.
And then the other guy's dad. And then
All
the
these
oth-
guys
they just
missing
have a
their
whole list of
No, no,
missing
dude.
dads.
Then there's O.J. Simpson, and then he's like,
Nah.
"Nah, bro."
Hey, look, fourth wall break.
There's
Ah.
a lot
They
of that.
do this constantly. For the
This-
record, one of my favorite gags did involve O.J. Simpson in one of the previous movies. While Leslie is in a gunfight with another guy, he goes, "We need to find a way to breach that door." And O.J. goes, "Don't worry, man, I got you." Pulls out a suitcase and starts assembling a gun. And while the shooting fight is going on, he's still putting more more attachments to the gun. It goes from pistol to like long gun to shotgun to 50 cal. And by the end, the guy goes, "Where the hell are you with the backup?" The guy's fucking using an anti-tank super rifle that is like the size of a house. "Don't worry, bro, I got you."
All right, yeah, no. So the Naked Gun will be released in theaters. When's the release date?
August 1st.
I was first.
August 1st of
That is
2025.
faster than I thought. Holy shit.
Here's another movie that's going to be coming out a little later, but faster nonetheless. Folks, do we all remember the Disney's 2010 film Tron Legacy?
What about the original
Yes.
1982 Disney film
Yes.
Tron?
Oh, yeah,
What about the animated series, Boys by
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood?
So
Also,
we all
yes.
remember Tron in different mediums.
I love Tron.
What about
Tron?
Tron in Kingdom Hearts 2?
I was about to say Kingdom Hearts
Yeah,
2,
the-
Tron.
And
Yeah.
FYI,
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance has Tron Legacy.
Yeah, I almost
Yes.
forgot about that.
All
Sorry,
right,
I don't
so
like
yes.
raindrop distance.
Tron has stuck around and has revolutionized everything. Has revolutionized everything that we see in modern sci-fi.
Cyberpunkish.
movies.
To be fair,
it's
Mr.
cyberpunk
Quake,
and
it's
sci-fi.
not a remake. It seems to be an actual sequel.
Like a reboot / sequel, a reboot kind of thing.
No, it's just a sequel.
sequel.
It's just a sequel. We see that the main characters were there. He had his career. He passed away.
You know, I
Yeah, sure.
barely
Yeah.
remember the last one, so I'll have to rewatch it.
All right.
Now, when we saw the 2010 movie of Tron Legacy, where it continued from the first film, like when we saw it in theaters, it was pretty
It
awesome.
was pretty good.
we got it over here.
He
we
gave
got
us
it
a
on-
new waifu and beautiful, psychedelic
Visual.
light designs and Daft Punk.
Daft Punk
Oh,
produced
Daft
the
Punk.
entire album, which I
Bless
have.
them.
Yes, and for 15 years, there has been speculation. There have been reports.
15 years.
There's been rumors and innuendos. Are they going to continue the story or not? Like, will they or won't they? Kind
It's
of
been
thing.
15 years.
15 years.
I gotta
since
go work on my
Tron Legacy.
401k or something. I'll be right back.
It's okay, Angel.
Angel, you shut up.
Your
You're trying to find
paperwork
an
is next to
excuse
my
leave,
jitterbug
bro.
phone.
Don't you love how old you are?
Don't you love how old we've gotten?
You know that scene of that guy who drank from the wrong cup in Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
That's my soul right now.
Ah.
But after 15 years of will they or won't they or they'll do this or they'll do
Spoiler
that,
alert, they will.
we finally get a trailer to their third installment in the Tron collection called Tron Ares.
Now, for context, the last movie involved a bad guy called Clue, who was basically evil
Jeff Daniels.
Evil-
No, Jeff
no.
Bridges.
Evil Jeff Bridges decided that he was going to open a portal between the Digi world and the human world and basically bring in his army of Digibots to
Take
do
over.
Yeah, the Digivolution is up and coming.
and
Do you
that's
see, do you hear, do you know what's running? The Digi Destiny starts today.
But thankfully,
Oh my
the plan
Lord.
was foiled by Kevin Flynn and his son Sam Flynn, and the program and an ISO named Cora.
Yep,
and of
she,
course,
she's a program, and she was like
She was a
unique-
waifu.
Well, yeah,
She was
He
hot.
made her. That
she
was
was
a
a
waifu.
hot
She was hot.
waifu, but also like she was unique because plot things.
No, the big plot twist is like, these are not just digiprograms, these are digital life forms.
As in,
They have real
were-
emotion. They live and they die. Like if you kill one, you can't re-rest them. That specific coding is gone forever. They're like a real person.
no, it was even weirder because that's how all the programs that you write in exist in the world of Tron.
Yeah.
But what's her face? Cora, the waifu, she was part of a race of programs called ISOs,
They
isolinear
evolved.
algorithms that
miracle.
spontaneously evolved. And if you look in their digital code, their DNA quote for their coding didn't have a double helix but a triple helix,
It was made of zeros and ones.
and there was twos.
Yes.
No, as in
It's not supposed to be twos.
no, it isn't.
So
It's like,
basically-
holy shit. This actually sprung evolution in the digital scale. Imagine what can happen if we can bring that out into the real world.
So we invented Digimon.
yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much.
And
I'm
of
just
course,
saying-
spoilers for Tron Legacy. Like I said, they Sam, Kevin, and Cora, they foiled Clue's plots at the cost of Kevin Flynn giving his own life to shut
Allegedly.
allegedly to shut Clue
Supposedly.
down. And the movie ends with Sam taking over Encom and Sam and Cora
Cora.
riding out into the sunrise.
Unfortunately,
Not the sunset, the sunrise.
Unfortunately, that means that the door was basically left open, and if Clue could come up with those ambitions, somebody else could. So the trailer for Tron Ares, as in the God of War Ares, shows that yes, there are consequences to actions, and somebody else has taken over Clue's project and has decided to invade the real. This is Mega Man NT Warrior all over again.
Let's go ahead and talk about this so that people can understand why there's a connection to that. In an article provided by Variety, the headline reads, Tron Ares trailer. Rogue programs race light cycles through the city in a first look at Disney's sci-fi sequel.
Yes.
Or threequel.
Oh my God, the evil! It's Morph Man. Get this shit off me.
Is he the evil or is he a good
He's
guy? We
certainly-
don't know.
He's dressed in black and red armor. What do you think?
He's Morbin. Anyways.
Tron.
He's
Tron,
Digimorbing?
He's Digimorbing. Oh no, fuck.
Tron is back. More than 40 years after the original sci-fi movie hit theaters. Disney has released the first trailer for Tron Ares, the third film in the Tron franchise after the 1982 original and the 2010 sequel, Tron Legacy. Jared Leto leads the film, which includes original star Jeff Bridges back as
What?
Kevin Flynn.
Okay,
He survived
so
somehow.
They just spoiled that
Somehow
for us.
Kevin Flynn survived.
It's okay. He,
Spoiler alert.
Just like a Digimon, he just goes rebirth in a Digi egg a few months later.
Leto plays Ares, one of the programs from the digital universe who is tasked to enter the real world. The cast also includes Evan Peters, Greta Lee, Jodie Turner-Smith, Cameron Monaghan, Sarah.
Cal Kestis?
Hang on.
Cameron Monaghan?
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Sarah Desjardins, Hassan Minaj, Arturo Castro, and Gillian Anderson.
Gillian Anderson, Scully
The
from
original
the
wife.
X-Files.
Oh, shit.
Notably,
Evan Peters.
Peters plays Julian Dillinger, who shares a last name with David Warner's Ed Dillinger, the villain from
I'm
the
telling
first
you,
film.
he's the
So,
antagonist.
Master Control? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
He's the son of the guy who's based on Master Control program.
Which,
There you go.
which is kind of weird because I know his role was limited, but we saw a little bit of the son of Edward Dillinger in the beginning of Tron Legacy.
Yeah, but that one was played by Cillian Murphy.
He was eliminated after a hostile corporate takeover took place.
Like,
Yeah.
If anyone asks, sell it a surprise, a gift from Encom.
Think
And
of
it
it
just
as
pieces out.
an impromptu plastic surgery to rearrange his face with a crowbar and a nice pair of cement shoes.
You know what? He did better for himself. He was in Oppenheimer.
There you go.
The trailer gives us a first look at the clash of our reality with the video game world of Tron, opening with a high-speed chase between the police and some rogue programs. Cop cars are no match for a light cycle, and one is sliced clean in half once the bike's iconic light wall is activated. Although Bridges' Kevin Flynn is never seen, his voice can be heard at the end of the trailer. As Leto's Ares is rendered into existence, Flynn tells him, Ready?
Because there's no going back.
Dude.
It's reality.
really-
It's really unbelievable to think we made the original in 1982. Bridges said on stage when Tron Ares was unveiled during the 2024 D23 Expo. It's amazing. We never thought we would have this legacy that's continued on all these years.
It was also revealed at the D23 Expo that Nine Inch Nails, the industrial rock and electronica band founded by Trent Reznor and joined in 2016 by frequent collaborator Atticus Ross, are scoring the film.
Dope.
Reznor and Ross have won Oscars for their scores for 2010's The Social Network and 2020's Soul. They also won Grammys for their soundtracks to The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and Soul. Most recently, they scored Luca Guadagnino's hit tennis film Challengers. Tron Ares hits theaters October 10th.
And you know what? I don't think we need to play. Just look at this cool light cycle. Look at this.
I want one.
I like how they have managed to keep the models of Tron fairly within the... They haven't overcomplicated the design. You know?
No,
It's nice and slick, and there's the glowy
They
line
still
shit.
look
It works.
like what they did before,
It works
Exactly.
good.
Like-
with just a tiny bit of a.
Everything is an iPod.
Well, that was that was the idea that they came up with in Tron Legacy. Is like, okay, we're gonna take the idea of the visuals of like the light cycles and the recognizers, and we're upgrading that for the visuals of
The
the modern
iPhone
age.
cycles.
And when they set out to do Tron Legacy, they originally said like, okay, we're not doing a movie about the World Wide Web. We're not doing a movie about the internet. That
Would
not
make no
what's happening
sense.
here. Because that sort of story is
It's too complicated.
It's already been treaded. Actually,
This is a self-contained world.
It's like they said,
within
like
the net.
what would happen if we had like a digital Galapagos island?
Yeah.
That's essentially what Kevin Flynn inadvertently made when he made that little server under his arcade that we find in the beginning of
Yeah,
the movie.
that's how it works.
And like he basically was, he built his own server, he built his own little world in there, and that technology is what he was fiddling around with and diddling with. And when he discovered the ISOs, the waifu with the triple helix people, like, oh shit, we just found a way to fucking revolutionize all of humanity. I thought that with us reprogramming everything and trying to bring that technology out to the real world, I thought that that was enough, but this shit spontaneously happened, and this is even more profound and bigger than anything
We can
I could have
go even
imagined.
further beyond.
My
And
only
now
regret-
we've got that story and this idea like, oh, hey, by the way, they found a way out.
That being said, I guess my only regret is that they're not going to be continuing the story of Kevin's son Sam Flynn because I don't
We
know.
don't know that.
No,
We
we
don't
don't know. Okay, fair enough. It's a teaser trailer. They don't want to show a lot. I get it.
Yeah.
But and I hope that I'm wrong.
Yeah, if Digi-Waifu is showing up, then surely the Digi-Destin has to be there
Oh
too.
my god. See,
Well-
I still will say I'm a bit sad Daft Punk isn't in there.
So
But you know
am
what?
I.
9 Inch Nails is just as
You know what?
good.
It makes sense
But
because
I'm just sad.
Nine Inch Nails sounds like the evil version of Daft Punk.
Actually, yes.
Okay,
Oh my
okay,
God.
okay,
So-
I'll give that to you. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't,
bro,
I
you
didn't even
nailed
think
it.
of it that way, but yeah, no,
I
yes.
Nine Inch Nailed it, that is.
Works. No, like I'm still the biggest fan of Daft Punk amongst a
Same.
bunch of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got like both like the original album of Random Access Memories, their final album, and like the new release at the anniversary version and all that with all their bonus tracks and their behind the scenes tracks that they play with the shit. And I listen to that shit, and it's fucking beautiful. It is like
It's iconic.
it's the shit that touches your soul. How did Kevin Flynn put it in the movie? Biodigital jazz.
Biodigital
man.
jazz.
Biodigital. And yeah, and the funny thing is, I was making a joke, but if you listen to the work of Daft Punk, they have a lot of high-pitched tunes and bumps in their actual songs. They modulate the high-pitchedness. Nine Inch Nails is industrial, so they downplay it. And, you know, combined with the new color scheme, which is black and red as opposed to black and blue.
Yeah. Like,
You
like the Black and
know-
Blue
well-
showed us, like, these are regular programs, all nice and whatever.
I hope
The
they
Red
bring
Gu-
back his original voice actor again. They did that for the animated series.
Who? Bruce Boxleitner?
I work for the users.
Yeah, Bruce
The
Boxleitner,
original
the voice
Tron.
actor of Tron.
His
The actor of
character
Tron.
sadly got brainwashed and died as an antagonist in the previous film.
But
when
he rebooted.
when he
at the end.
rebooted.
He did.
So
So
He did
it
reboot.
would
Yeah.
be nice if he
is-
came back.
As Tron.
Yeah, like actually have Tron come out. Like the way they had him pull off is like literally Bruce Boxleitner was there voicing, and they digitally did his face on there for the acting parts, and for the action stuff they had an actor with the
Same
fucking
as
face.
Kingdom Hearts 2, where he
Exact-
also voiced the character.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah, no. After all, you can't have a Tron movie, you know, without Tron.
Without
Yeah.
Tron himself, he
Is-
was the ultimate badass.
The-
He was the
the-
one dual wielding the
discs.
disc wars.
Yes.
So yeah,
Oh, he had those
That game
stupid
was
artisan
fun.
weapons from
That
Final
game they played was really fun, even
Fuck
though it was
yes.
deadly.
But
It
yeah,
was
folks,
fun.
the movie is coming out in October, and we all can't wait. We are going to be in front row seats to watch this movie that will take us into the next step in the digital frontier.
Now, considering what's happening over here, since we're talking about this biodigital jazz world and all this
Now,
crazy
this
shit.
is you know what I noticed? All these films, I never thought they would get sequels or follow-ups.
Yeah,
Good
this was
point.
yeah. When oh god, man, I was not expecting.
Yeah, this one's like,
I saw the
I'm
movie.
not
It
mad
wasn't
about
bad.
it.
Like, when did it come out? 2022, 2023, the first one.
Hold on. What the fuck is this? The original came out. Wow, when did the original come out? I think it was like 3 years ago, 2022.
Give or take,
Let me-
maybe.
Frickin'
2022. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2022.
Hey, I was right.
2022.
Yay,
Yep.
I was right.
2022.
Okay.
Oh my
Why
god.
is this fucking showing this gallery of everything else that has nothing
Because
to do
it
with
happened
what
during the festival.
we're- Okay, well,
All
I'm
of this
trying-
was announced during the festival.
Well, I'm trying to pull up the actual.
Is that Paul from Parks and Recs?
Yeah, that was Paul from Parks and Rec.
Oh, cool. That was Paul from Parks and Recs.
All right, so you know we do have to talk a little bit about the first Megan movie that came
All
out
right,
in 2022.
Okay.
It was
This is a
supposed to be.
Blumhouse horror film.
It's supposed to be a horror film
I
You
never
sure?
watched it, but it looks good.
about a doll.
No, it's not just a doll, Jose.
Not a doll.
She is a full-on android.
Oh, shit. It's
robot.
Ken.
A full-on android robot companion
Who's
who's
supposed to
designed by this
protect the little
high-end
girl.
company. No, just basically to keep her as a companion and have her be her best friend.
Unfortunately, they decided that something went wrong with the program, and she decided she was going to protect the little girl from everything and everyone.
And so she goes on
Megan,
a killing
my
Whoa,
best
we-
friend.
Yeah. And so she goes on a killing spree.
For
starts
the
killing
record, though,
people.
her first okay, spoilers. I saw the film. This is okay. It's horror, but it feels like a dark comedy kind of horror. Because the first guy she kills was fully justified. He was assaulting the girl, so she hunts him down and kills him. Then she starts getting way too much about the idea of seeing enemies everywhere, and eventually she starts to target people who are basically not guilty of anything. I think she kills like three people in the movie, and about one of those guys deserved it. The other two, questionable grounds. Let's just say that.
Questionable, yeah. And that's when she goes ballistic, and this horror film, which of course is a Blumhouse movie, and it was produced by James Wan, the guy who gave us the Aquaman film,
Yeah.
and who's also a big horror guy. Basically ends with them dismantling and destroying the ever living shit out
Yeah.
of Megan. And they lock her in a computer chip or some shit.
And boy, did the internet have fun with the main
In
character.
a smart world, they would have put that chip next to a magnet and cut this whole shit before it began. But
No, bro. The internet went crazy. All the memes about Megan.
Namely, because we're all introduced to her with her dancing
That weird
in the
dance
hallway over here
Yeah.
before she pulls out the freaking sharp part of like a paper cutter.
yeah,
You know, she unhooks it, shang, and she's about to fucking cleave a motherfucker apart. Yeah, that's fucking peak, but also horror.
Well, it's also because she is in the form of a child.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cute
she has
Horror
preteen
things.
It's a
girl.
small
When you see children, you're scared.
It's like
of
combining three
scary
things that are
children.
scary. We have the scary children, the scary doll, and the scary overprotective robots.
There's also this weird narrative that they're making comparisons to Megan to Chucky from Child's Play.
Like it's like the upgraded kind of like digital version of it.
I don't
except
really see
not
it.
really because
I don't see
it's
it.
Yeah,
yeah,
it
no.
doesn't.
Chucky was clearly and plainly malevolent. He was always
the similarities are very surface level as far as they go. Like one layer below, there is nothing that really connects them to one
except that they're both make-believe people killing things.
But no, Chucky was an actual person. That was the
Yeah,
soul of a real
yeah. Remember,
killer,
he
though.
was a serial killer, and he studied voodoo, and he voodooed his soul into the doll. And oh, you need to go into a living body fast, or you'll be stuck in the doll forever. No, I must kill. That was
Yeah.
Child's Play.
And then he got a wife that was also a doll, and the wife gave birth to his horrifying, fleshy doll babies.
And then they became a weird, macabre comedy
What
stuff.
the fuck is going on?
Dude, don't think too hard. It's okay.
Yeah, don't think too hard.
But
All I know is that Mark Hamill was involved in this at some point.
it was and it was.
All right, but yeah, no. Fast forward to 2025, and I cannot believe I am saying this, that these words are coming out of my mouth. In this article provided by
USA Today.
USA Today, the headline reads, Megan 2.0 unleashes the first trailer. 30 Megans dance to Britney Spears.
Beautiful.
First
it is
off-
beauty. It is grace.
First off, holy shit, Britney Spears in the year of
it
our
will
Lord
actually break her
2025.
space.
Yo,
Literal
Hey.
girl boss gaslight music.
gatekeep, gaslight, girl boss, and
No,
murdering.
She can't gatekeep. We coded that out. She needs to earn that.
Oh yeah, good
Oh
point.
my God.
All right, so
when she proves she can't kill people anymore, unless she's ordered to, then she can gatekeep again. Until then, she girl bosses and gaslights.
Man, screw the fuck
okay,
down.
this is by
Jesus.
Brian Truitt, and this came out on Wednesday, April 2nd, updated Thursday, April 3rd. Okay, here we fucking go.
So-
All out of CinemaCon.
What's better than one dancing Megan? How about 30 of them? More than 24 dancing robot Megans hit the stage Wednesday at CinemaCon, the convention for theater owners, and grooved to Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again, to celebrate the return of everybody's favorite murderous high-tech doll in Megan 2.0, which
You
is
cut
coming
that
out in
shit out.
theaters
That's not a lead up.
June
June
27th.
27th.
Producers Jason Blum and James Wan introduced the first trailer for the sequel, which now takes place 2 years after the first film. After taking Megan down, inventor Alison Williams, and her niece Katie, Violet McGraw, now keep Megan's AI housed in a cutesy plastic Teletubby-esque thing for safekeeping, though she sasses them constantly.
Like, I kid you not, every single one of these chicks, all of them dancing, all of them menacingly, unblinkingly dancing at you.
Would.
All of them!
All 30 of them?
Would
What?
disassemble.
Get this man! Get this man! Get him! Get him!
Would!
Angel, I forgave you when you had a thing for the Enchantress, but what the fuck?
I am Wood.
You are what?
No, what the fuck?
I am Wood.
No, god damn it, no.
Hey, it's okay. She has a grown-up body now. It's perfectly legal to fuck the murderous sex.
No, she has a teenage body, which also still makes it horrible.
Okay, fine.
They
She was
o-
only 3 days from the
They
assembly line,
only
you sick
said
son of a
that
bitch.
she wanted to be
Taller.
Whatever happens here is wholly consensual. The
taller.
point
No,
is-
it's not. She's a
mean grown
robot.
up.
Fuck.
Exactly. And she won't let you say no.
All right, Juan.
What the
Tell them what the sequel's
Okay,
about.
unfortunately, a defense contractor has stolen one of Gemma's early AI models for
Wait,
Megan.
this is
named
dumber than I thought.
Amelia, named Amelia, played by Ivana Sakno, who's played Shin Hati in Star Wars Ahsoka. Yes.
Shin hottie, if you
Yes,
if you
the
ask
white-haired
me.
orange lightsaber killer babe that everyone ships with Sabine Wren.
I am
The wolf-
Wood.
Wood.
Okay, now that I understand because that's an actual
We
adult.
are Wood.
We are Wood.
We are Wood.
Okay, we are Wood.
Hey,
Fuck.
Vin Diesel would agree with me. Are you gonna question Vin Diesel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at the taste of friends he's got. He
Yeah,
hangs
don't
with
be
Rock to Dwayne Johnson. What
Don't
the
be
fuck?
an anti
Yeah, I know,
Wood.
but I mean, I'm not gonna walk up to him and tell him that, are you?
Bitch, I might.
Well, it was nice knowing your bro Juan. Can I have his stuff?
You can try, but you're not gonna get my wife or girlfriend. So
No, you can have that. That's yours.
So
No, he's
this
gonna kill
new
them
robot is meant to be a killer spy, but it goes rogue and comes after those close to Megan, including
Including
Gemma and Katie.
too. So yeah, the trailer actually shows the Alice, and within seconds
No,
they
Amelia.
the Amelia, and within seconds they go, and then she went rogue and started killing people, and I'm like,
she
wait.
reassembles herself in one of these
There's
guys'
it's kind of
shower.
She pulls, her arm comes out of the suitcase to open another suitcase and pull out her leg.
Yeah, and reassembles herself buck nude and goes into the shower of the contractor that put it together, and she twists his head complete 180.
Why would you leave her parts activated inside the suitcase?
Who'd have thought that was gonna
people
fucking
are
happen?
not that smart.
That he's a military contractor. It's his job to be smart. People die when you're not smart in that job position.
There are people in higher places who are just not smart.
Yeah.
All right, so even though this murderous machine was on a killing spree in the first film, now this murderous machine is back, reprogrammed, and is ready to take on the T-1000 in this awesome film starred by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, wait, never mind. I mean...
I showed this to Jose earlier today. No. The exact fucking word. Because when I showed the trailer, all these trailers to Jose and Zayana, move it over
I'm
here.
sorry, I committed heresy by
Can
comparing
you
it to
imagine if Arnold makes a cameo in this mess?
Hang on a minute. K-Storm.
Nope, she's in headphones.
All right, I committed heresy by comparing this to
No.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Jose literally said, after I showed him this trailer, he's like, wait a minute, I thought she was a horror character. Why are they making her an action star? And I went, gee, it's almost as if the really popular and very well fan-received Murder Machine horror character has been turned into an action star super badass because of fan reception. Kind of like the Terminator! Jose, immediately, he went... I refuse to accept, your exact words were, I refuse to accept that Megan has become this generation's Terminator.
Yeah, no, we're doing that now. They even had a
So
little
we
shout.
were-
They even did a little shout out to Alita with her practicing with the
Kung
Fu mannequin thing.
The Wing Chun.
The Wing Chun thing.
Listen, we already know we're not getting a sequel to Alita. Please don't tease
The
us
thing
like
is, in the previous film, Megan didn't know how to fight at all. She basically just used her superior strength and like whatever tools she had on hand to kill people.
So they
Did
programmed her
we
to
download Kung Fu into the crazy
We
murder girls?
downloaded Kung Fu into the crazy murder girl. Gemma recruits
We may have made
Megan
a
to
mistake.
fight Amelia, but our anti-heroine wants a body that's stronger, faster, taller, and more lethal than the last. Megan also reiterates her promise to always protect KD. Gemma, not so much. The footage concludes with Megan and Amelia throwing down and our girl Megan getting the best line. Hold on to your vaginas. Blum and Wong debuted the first footage from their spin-off, the more grown-up Soulmate, which offers an adult version of Megan. Nothing could possibly go wrong with that, Blum quipped. The erotic horror stars David Reisel as a grieving widower who orders a sex bot named Sarah,
yeah, I
played
remember
by
that
Lily
one.
Sullivan, that's designed to be the perfect partner for adults. They get hot and heavy, but Sarah gets very clingy, and when her dude begins to see another woman, played by Claudia Dumit, things go bad for everyone
Of
involved.
course.
Fun fact, there's at least 3 cases of that in that one crappy David Cage game, Detroit Become Human. There's at least 2 cases of one of those, like, yeah, the dude ordered a sex doll, and then the doll went basically Revenant and killed him in their bed. By the way, we later find out the big plot twist is like the main antagonist was the guy who created the robots in the first place. He put a code in their head, ensuring that eventually they would develop enough consciousness to become like fully independent AIs because he wanted to know what would happen. Coincidentally, he kind of looks like Morph Man.
Yeah.
He looks like Jared Leto, like
He kind of
Morbius?
looks like Jared Leto.
Hang on a minute. In female form, the $1 Million Man.
Hang on, I'm gonna go into the.
Oh, great! We DEI hired Megan now. It's exactly what we need.
And folks, this movie is coming out in June 27th, a lot sooner than Naked Gun and Tron Ares. I'm sure a lot of folks will enjoy it, including some disturbed humans. Who
I'm
have a
just
fetish
genuinely
for
confused.
Megan.
I'm just genuinely.
Listen, I need to watch the first one first.
I'm just genuinely confused.
I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at these two.
Oh no, I'm.
I
saying
am not hot
I
for
need-
Megan.
I
I'll
need
say that to you right
I
Neither
need
now.
to
am
watch
I.
it.
But the idea of Robo Waifus is hilarious, so I like it.
It almost
You know what?
seems like you're deflecting.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put up a
Mirror
poll.
force.
I'm gonna go to the poll. Give me a second.
Just put Megan. Would you?
No.
Oh God, no! And I am not deflecting.
Anyway, point in
Oh,
case.
sorry, you're projecting.
Like a 3-star film on a 5-star night.
Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm not talking about. That being said, though, please give me an Alita sequel. That movie was great.
Never watched it.
It was fantastic.
Beautiful.
Oh, I know it is.
I read
It's
the
lazy.
manga. It's fucking awesome. Kind of crazy. The manga gets way crazier. You
Wait,
know.
hang on a minute. Can you really call it a reboot if it's continuing?
I'll just fucking remove the word reboot then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems incorrect.
It doesn't
Can
really
you
count.
also add a thing that says all of above?
So, going back to what we were talking about a previous
It's cruel,
moment ago,
just saying.
I
Which
was
one?
reading the Alita manga. You know the bad guy that shows up at the end, played by Edward Norton?
No, never read it.
Okay,
Yeah.
in the movie. Okay, so there's like 7 of them. And they're all the same guy, but not really. And one of them becomes a good guy because the other one decides to consume the other ones and become supernova.
Oh yeah, his name was Nova, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
introduce like there is an actual type of kung fu used by cyborgs. It's called hybrid arts because when
No,
you
I
have
thought it was called Panzerkunst.
yeah, it goes further.
Yeah.
Panzerkunst gets evolved.
It basically has a higher tier level, and by the time that the manga reaches the near climax of part 1, we got cyborgs that are doing just fucking Dragon Ball Z shit. It's incredible.
That's awesome. All right, folks. So let us know in the chat right now. We've just posted a poll. Which of the 3 movies are you looking forward to seeing, or are you looking forward to seeing all of them? Let us know, and we will read out the results by the end of this stream.
So so far we've got a couple of votes in, and they're all dead even. Holy shit!
Shit!
We just started.
Wait. Let me break the tie.
Oh my god, you silly.
Naked Gun is getting ahead.
No. Look, guys, we gotta let him continue.
The Naked Tron is getting ahead.
The Naked Gun is going ahead with 50%. I see Tron
So if I li-
Ares and Megan 2.0.
So if I like them both, does that mean I get Megatron then?
What?
I have an ad. 1 sec.
Oh yeah, you're playing it.
So if I
Please
like-
let the ad run. It helps our ad
So
revenue.
if I like all 3 of them, does that mean I prefer the Naked Megatron?
The naked.
Ah!
Prime.
Ah!
Skip the ad? Did you skip the ad?
Did you just skip our ad, Jose?
that's our
How
money.
dare you? That's
We
our
need
ad
money.
revenue. You
Bro.
monster.
See, now I gotta play an ad on mine.
Now Angel has to play an ad on yours
Those are-
just to play
Listen,
the ad.
bro, 20,000 Chinese children. 20,000 Chinese children die for this ad, okay? Those lithium batteries are not gonna mind
Oh
themselves,
my
bro.
god, there's a fucking ad.
This
is why I hate ads, man.
All right, let's go ahead and shift gears right now for the time being over to some video gaming news, and then and I'm gonna go and just to set things up for Angel. Let's just
Megatron gun. Oh my god, Kyle, what the fuck?
The Megatron gun.
thank you.
Well, no, Megatron does transform into a gun,
Yes.
doesn't he?
Once
Megatron
again, you
gun.
gotta fire that shot star scream.
So Ben said How to Train Your Dragon live action is already getting a sequel. It's not even out yet.
What the
yeah,
fuck?
No,
Yeah. They
No, it's
announced the
confirmed.
sequel to the live action How to Train Your Dragon, and the live action How to Train Your Dragon isn't even out yet.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Wow.
I watched what they have so far. It looks okay. Some of the casting, I'm like the twins don't even look alike,
Exactly.
which kind of throws me off a
Is
bit.
it so hard to get a pair of blonde twins?
Also, Meatlug is not the right color, and it
No,
pisses
he's
me
not.
off. Meatlug is a she.
Oh, my bad. I
How
thought
dare
we were talking
you.
about the other guy. I've forgotten the names. It's been a while.
Meatlug is the dragon.
Okay, thank you. I thought you were talking about
Snoutlout is the one who rides Meatlug.
Thank you. That's the one.
Yeah. No,
to be
but-
fair, though, Snout Loud sounds like the name of it, right?
All right.
No,
right.
not sound like a fishbone is. Wait, no fish legs.
No,
Now-
Fishbone is that one cannon from
Fish
Jinx
legs.
and League of
No,
Legends.
fish legs.
All right.
Sorry.
All
I'm
right,
getting confused.
everyone.
Wait, really quick.
Okay.
It looks okay. Fucking okay. Never
Yeah,
mind.
but
It's-
okay, it's
stop.
all it looks like.
The dragons look good. I will reserve judgment until we actually see what goes on, but I think it's stupid that they say that there's gonna be a sequel without this already being out.
I'm good, honestly. I saw the originals. They were great. I don't need
Oh
anything
yeah,
else.
but it's really stupid to say, oh yeah, by there's there's gonna be a sequel, and the first one isn't even done.
Ironically, just as this is being done with DreamWorks, Disney has recently canceled a projected live-action Rapunzel project.
Of
Wait,
Tangled.
what?
Yeah,
Tangled.
they were.
Oh come on. Okay, that could
Turns
have
out
been really
that
good.
due to the spectacular failure of the Snow White movie, basically kind of wants to stockholders to panic and go,
well,
shit, cancel,
that's because
cancel
the
everything,
Snow White
cancel,
one
cancel,
was
cancel, cancel everything.
Eh.
Maybe canceling the Tangled live action may be for the best.
I mean, can
If
you
they
imagine?
did it very well,
Okay, but this is
it would have
Disney.
been good.
Do you trust them to do it well anymore?
No.
Well, it looks like they're doing all right with the live action Lilo and Stitch.
That one at least looks okay.
Yeah.
But if they fuck that up, I'm gonna kill them.
Okay, but Aladdin was good.
Aladdin was good.
Aladdin was fucking
But it could have been
good.
better.
Like,
It could have been better, but for what they did,
Okay, but where's my
Applause.
giant snake, though?
All right.
Yeah,
Right,
that is
yeah.
sad. I was
Yeah,
really
Japanese
upset
with
about
the
that.
I know it's a
yeah.
small detail, but it's an important detail. You know what I mean?
Okay, but let's go ahead and shift
Why
over to video
can't I-
gamings because Nintendo is catching some really bad fire right now.
Of course.
There's good news with Nintendo, and there's really bad news with Nintendo.
I don't know
Which
which
I
one you want to
will.
start with first.
We gotta start with the sweet before I pull a hot poker and show it in their eyeballs.
Oh, okay, so we're not ripping the Band-Aid out now?
No, this is gonna be slow and painful.
Perfect.
Because I'm very much in touch with my inner child,
Go for it.
Troy
Sure?
Baker.
All right, go
Anyway,
for it.
so, Nintendo, the Switch 2 is coming. Holy shit, Switch 2. I know it's better than the one because it has a 2 in it. And to convince you,
Bigger and it's supposed to be stronger?
it's supposed to be stronger, and it certainly is more expensive. And to prove it to you comes the Nintendo Switch Direct of 2025 with a lot of nice new and announcements and some interesting news. Now, for the record and for the awesome power of adding context, let's get one thing straight.
Create context.
Thank you. Let's get one thing straight here. The Switch is a massive success. It might, in fact, be one of the most successful, if not the most successful console in the entire history of Nintendo. When I say that thing sold, I mean it fucking sold. It made money. Hand
was
over
printing.
fist. $50, little man. Put that shit kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
$15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. If
Exactly.
you don't give me that, you'll owe me.
Yeah,
Not
kinda like
jungle
that.
love.
So,
Oh,
unfortunately,
wee,
there's
oh.
very little love, but there is some jungle in the most recent announcements. Let's talk about that stuff. According to GameSpot, Switch 2 Nintendo Direct, April 2025, all the biggest announcements.
Brought to us on Wednesday, April 2nd by Darren Bonthwees.
Thank
for
you,
GameSpot.
Daring. We appreciate it. So,
Dun, 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 dun.
ta-da-da-da. No, not that. No Smash.
How dare
No
you
smash.
tease us?
Well, I
How
mean,
dare you tease us?
No Smish.
Don't tease us like that, Juan.
Hey, girl.
I'll
Let me
smash.
smash.
that is a
Flick.
hoe.
You
Okay,
smash?
so
I smash.
after a short
Smash.
teaser with a few months ago, Nintendo revealed more details of the Switch 2 console today in an hour-long presentation. Not only were a ton of new games shown off, but Nintendo also revealed crucial information on the Switch successor, including release date and accessories. Get ready for that part, that's important. After the presentation, the price for the Switch 2 was also revealed, and pre-orders for it are now live.
Remember this part, it is important.
In terms of games, there were quite a few surprises in Nintendo showing off new Donkey Kong and Kirby titles, new Mario Kart officially unveiled, and several Switch games that will be getting upgraded for the Switch DOS. On the third-party side, From Software also revealed a bunch of titles. Scroll down, I don't want to spoil them before I get there. Now, here comes the big important. We begin with the big announcement. Mario Kart World!
Yeah, another excuse for me to race and be a jackass.
Yeah, Nintendo kicked off the Switch Direct with a fresh look at the Mario Kart World, which will be an exclusive launch title for the 2. And the big twist with the entry is that the players will be able to go off the track and can drive virtually anywhere. That's right, baby. We're making everything open world now, even the racing games.
Even the racing games.
Especially the racing games.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we could become the best Mario Kart racists ever.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Hooray for racism. Going down. Now, aside from that,
Wait,
they
what
reveal...
the fuck?
Yeah, no.
Here's what the C button does on the Switch 2.
I was planning to leave this for later, but I might as well talk about it now. They introduced a bunch of accessories for the new Switch, and one of them is a new button called the C button. One of the big mysteries about the Switch 2 has been the C button and what the function is. It turns out that the C button activates the game chat feature alongside several other social features. Located on the right Joy-Con controller, the built-in mic allows for clear audio that can filter out background noise. While Nintendo Switch membership will be required to use it, Nintendo will offer the function for free for a limited time. So basically, the C button is to open the chat. It's
And
the
C
slurs.
to connect for chatting.
No, it's the C because it's for slurs.
C is for cursing.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
C is for your mama. Aside
Aside
from that, scroll down, please. Nintendo Switch has a camera now.
A Switch 2 Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a camera now. For
What?
full video audio setup, Nintendo will also launch a webcam-like device for the Switch 2 that will allow you to stream your face in game chat. So basically, we're going full gamer here. You can now dox yourself.
No, thank you.
Oh, God.
I will pass. I will pass.
You know, I would grab that camera if it's good enough.
It's probably sold
I think I would
separately.
grab that camera just to have a nice new webcam.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
Fuck.
see.
I don't
All
know.
right.
Now,
let's-
Nintendo Switch 2 also revealed this screen caps. According to them, the LCD screen is 1080p, supports up to 120 frames per second, and offers HDR support. Fancy.
All right. For those who don't understand the tech talk, Juan.
It makes the image look very good for you when you look at the image. It makes it very, very nicey looky. Do you like your game to nicey look?
Do you like to make love like Berserker?
Then you will like this game console thingy.
Thank you, Juan.
Very nice lookies.
Berserker.
Give me money.
Thank you, Juan. Your tech expertise is always much appreciated. Thank you.
I'm translating it to regular person.
I know, that's why I appreciate it. I mean it. The Switch 2 Joy-Con also apparently has a mouse-like function. You turn them on the side, it works like a mouse.
Really?
What?
Not what I was expecting, but okay. The Switch 2 specs include the hardware details of the Switch 2 that are a 256GB internal storage capacity, up to 4K 60 FPS visual for games in docked mode, and a new stand that allows for more viewing angles. Okay,
That's
you know
more
what?
gigabytes.
That's good.
Yeah,
Now let's talk about the
yeah,
actual...
it's got more built-in storage, 256 gigs.
More.
That's not bad.
More.
More is
More.
better, but
More.
not bad.
Now let's talk about some actual goddamn games. This thing comes out in...
What is it, June 5th? June 5th.
Release
June 5th.
5th,
June 5th.
June 5th, 2025.
Keep scrolling down. We're not talking about that yet. Keep going.
Oh.
Keep going. Keep going. We're not talking about that yet. Where's the fucking game announcements? Keep going.
Hang on, we're going.
New
we're
controller.
going. No.
Okay, so gop. We start here. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. To get honors up to speed on the Switch 2, there will be a paid digital-only game available on launch day, and it will be a see you exploring the internal Switch 2 hardware through a series of mini-games.
Seriously paid?
Yeah, by the way, that was free before.
Fuck you.
Boo!
Man, I was
Fuck
waiting.
you.
I was waiting for the next article to get to the shitty news, but I guess these guys are just getting ahead of me. In other news, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom will be enhanced for Switch 2. Do you like the game?
Yes.
Fuck you, buy it again.
But these are really great games.
Again.
It's awesome.
Okay, I would
but
not.
this is
I would
great.
not buy it again.
You will. At full price.
K-Storm will.
You want to buy it again at full price? Too bad. You will.
No.
K-Storm probably would. Her ass is crazy.
Maybe.
Play it on the normal
Let's keep
Switch.
going.
And now, this is one that I finally was expecting. We
New
got
game.
some gameplay and a trailer for Metroid Prime Beyond.
Well, we talked about it last week, right?
Yeah, this one is the one that shows a bit of gameplay and introduces the psychic powers because Samus drank lean or some shit.
Yeah,
It was bad for her body.
it was really. Yeah.
Now, this was a good one. Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Starcross World. Both the games will be a fun Kirby adventure that will add a new story and new
Oh my
powers.
God, Kirby
I
in the
cannot
car.
take Kirby seriously like that.
We're supposed to take Kirby seriously.
So yeah, you basically get the game
Especially in
again
that.
plus more content on this one. Pokemon Legends. Zah!
We talked about this last
I
week.
do want
Yeah, that
that.
one was announced as well. They put a little more gameplay with higher resolution and Super Mario Party Jamboree in case you hate your friends and you don't hate them enough.
Yep,
Yay.
the original copy was released for the Switch, and it's going to be available for the Switch too.
We also have Dragon
Dragon
Drive, a
Drive?
cool looking 2v2 basketball. Oh, it's that basketball game for the Super NES basically.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I like that one. That was fun. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment.
I thought
There's
that
a
said
new one?
improvement.
There's
I
a
thought
new
that
one.
said improvement.
Age of Improvement. We're gonna send ice to imprison Ganondorf again.
Fans of the Muso games can look forward to a new Legend of Zelda game set in that genre. A Tears of the Kingdom, a prequel,
Another one.
They
Yeah.
didn't spell
and
imprisonment.
it's set to
there.
arrive in winter of 2025.
Imprisonment.
Imprisonment.
So this is the second prequel we have to Tears of the Kingdom.
GameCube.
Yes! Switch Online is getting the GameCube library. A GameCube library is coming to the Switch 2 as part of the Switch Online subscription
I have
service
that
for the
subscription.
console.
Oh my God.
The first
how
batch
do
of
you-
titles includes The Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX. Upcoming titles include Super Mario Sunshine,
Hey!
Fire Emblem,
Excuse me,
Path of Radiance, Pokemon LOL, Gale of
XT.
Darkness.
XT.
Yeah, I XD'd when I saw
Yeah,
it.
Super Mario
Gale of
Strikers.
Darkness. Fucking
Chibi
awesome.
Robo and the original Luigi's Mansion.
Amber Luigi, a number one.
Why do we not get Pokemon Coliseum though?
Because go to hell, that's why.
Because that was the sequel.
But
And
you don't
yes,
know. Stop
there
having
will,
fun
There
things.
will also be an official Switch 2 GameCube controller.
Because
What?
of course.
Because of course.
I mean, it makes sense. You might as well.
Because of course.
You might as well go
I
Always.
wonder if my GameCube controller somehow.
It
worked
won't
with
have the
this.
same plug, unfortunately.
Damn.
No, but you've got the freaking thingy over here.
The
they can plug up-
stand. Well, maybe
No,
they have a
no.
hole for the original.
No,
No,
not the stand.
as in,
but
there's a fucking thing that you can plug up to the two USB bits.
Oh
Hang on.
yeah, if you have the adapter.
Yeah,
yeah, the adapter.
exactly. This
That
is it's a
could
little
work.
I
adapter that plugs
still
into-
have
we
my
have it,
GameCube
and we have our
controller.
GameCube controllers right fucking here.
It
You see
could
it right there
work.
behind the little Duolingo guy.
Yeah, but
right there.
Wancho, but
There's the
Wancho.
64 controller, and there's the
Okay, but Wancho, this is better because you don't need all that.
You know what I need?
Money.
Besides money,
Besides money.
I need to be able to play my GameCube games on the Switch.
Oh my God.
All of them.
Or you
I
could
just
just
played
boot
them
up
on-
your GameCube again and play it that way.
Well, that's crazy.
I could do that
Normally
too.
I
Who
play
the
on
hell
my
does that?
Normally,
Who the hell plays up old consoles?
I
on the
do.
old console? That is so
I
strange.
do.
I mean, I play
Anyways.
almost games
I
on the
replayed
PC,
Pikmin.
so I don't know.
I replayed Pikmin and
Now-
Wave Race Blue Storm.
First party is all great and good, but the Switch is also getting a shit ton of third-party games. In a sizzle reel, Nintendo dropped a really quick-paced version of a bunch of titles for launch day, including, in launch day, Deltarune Chapters 1 through 4, Fast Fusion, Survival Kids, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, and Split Fiction. And in 2025, we are getting Borderlands 4, Hades 2, Yakuza 0, Howard's Legacy, Elden fucking Ring,
Cyberpunk 2077, the Ultimate Edition.
Final Fantasy 7 Remake Intergrade Edition, Civilization 7, EA Sports F35, Maiden, NFL 25.
Wait, WWE 2K25 is coming to the
On
Switch?
the
No,
Switch too.
no, 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 no.
Tim. Peer pressure.
2 Museum,
You shut
which
the
group?
fuck up.
Now, this is one that I wasn't expecting. Hollow Knight Silksong.
Hollow
People
Knight,
have been
really?
waiting for that for years.
Hollow
They,
Knight is a good game.
they just shadow dropped it like that. Like, hey, it exists.
Oh,
Kinisugami, Path of the Goddess,
Path of the
Wild
Star.
Hearts, Rich Racer,
Ridge Racer.
Daytona,
Enter the Gungeon 2, Star Wars Outlaws,
Star Wars Outlaws. Really?
Fourth Dude,
Tamagotchi Plaza, which we talked about
Street
last week.
Fighter 6, Hitman, World of Assassination, and Project 007. And then next year,
007.
Star Seeky, Astroneer Expeditions.
All right, so
And this is the big one that had everybody losing their shit. As
Dark
you know,
Bloods?
the Dusk
as
Bloods.
you
So
know,
the Duskbloods.
Bloodborne is one of the most beloved games for the PlayStation made by Stormfront. You also know that that game ain't never leaving the PlayStation 4. It has
True.
not gotten a remake or a re-sequel or a re-release, nothing. Sony seems to be trying to do their best to forget that thing even exists, which is a shame because people fucking love Bloodborne. I played it. I beat it. It was
I
fun.
have it in my library ready to play.
It's pretty fun. It's hard
dare
as shit,
you.
but it's fun.
It was free.
What nobody
But also,
expected
how
was
dare
the
you?
fact that From Software would go on to make a spiritual successor in a brand new game from Software called The Duskbloods, announced during the Switch 2 Direct. More details will be revealed. The brief teaser shows a steampunk technology, gothic architecture, and a whole lot of blood-related gameplay from the exclusive. By
So
the way,
something that we like.
there's a point where the main character looks at the sky and the moon is falling down on him with the scariest fucking Kratos grin on his face.
You mean like Majora's Mask?
Arms and legs were coming out of his teeth.
Like Majora's Mask?
No, but yes.
No, like
So yeah, we have something interesting. And speaking of, here's another one that I wasn't expecting.
Kirby!
The Pollo Ball has
Pollo!
returned with Kirby Air Riders.
Air Raiders.
Hey!
Riders. No, they're
I,
Riders.
actually, I would like Air Raiders better.
Yeah, Air Raiders sounds cooler, but Air Riders works
Air
fine.
Raiders sounds like a sequel to Beyblade. Beyblade
Let
Air
it rip.
Raiders. Okay, so while Nintendo is keeping details on Kirby Air Riders under lock and key, the cinematic reveal trailer for it did confirm in 2025 release date, and that Smash Bros. Ultimate lead Masashiro Sakurai, of course, is directed at Kirby's his baby. He loves the little bastard.
But he told us to never ask him for anything ever again.
No, that wasn't him. That was the other guy.
I thought that was him.
No, that was Harada from Tekken who goes, "Don't ask me for shit." Now this one,
Donkey
was
Kong.
unexpected.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Bonanza.
All right, for the record, guys, take a look at the spelling. Bonanza. The actual spelling for it is Bonanza.
No,
So
it's bananas now.
now it's Bananas Bonanza. So
Ending the
haha.
stream with a big bang, Nintendo dropped the trailer for Donkey Kong Bonanza. The new Donkey Kong game looks like a 3D platformer where you can literally smash through the levels thanks to destruction physics, and it has a release date of July 17. I saw the trailer. It's actually pretty fun because the levels seem to be slightly more open world, a la Mario-esque.
Nice.
And you see Donkey Kong literally smashing through the terrain and digging out gold and bananas from the ground.
Nice.
Ground
Okay.
bananas.
Ground bananas.
Grananas.
Also-
Nice, man.
Also,
It looks
big ups
fun.
to these guys sort of like upgrading Donkey Kong's
Yeah, look at that fur.
expression. You know what? I'm really more talking about the expression on
He
him.
does look a little more cartoony now.
Yeah, like if you go to like the other frames that we have of him here. Sorry, I'm not trying to
By
give
the way,
anybody
Donkey
scenes.
Kong is fucking strong. You know how strong Donkey Kong is?
Too strong.
In the previous game, in the latest game, he beat the bad guy by punching the moon into him.
Like, actually, take a look. Like, there's him looking to fucking wreck a motherfucker.
It looks like a more exaggerated version from the one
Well,
from the
it's
movie.
because he has two faces. One,
Yeah,
business.
I know what you're talking
Two,
about.
this is fun.
Born to be wacky, forced to lock in.
I guess that works. All right, well, that sounds like it's going to be good news.
All
Also,
right,
I love how Donkey Kong follows the trend of Kirby and Mario and Link and many of the other Nintendo protagonists in I was just minding my own business when
I
somebody came to get up in my business.
Isn't
Now I'm
that
gonna
the
get up
gag
in their business.
Wasn't that the fucking gag they wrote to fucking what's his face to like Helsing Abridged? Helsing
kinda?
Ultimate Abridged?
I wouldn't know.
All right. but you can't get mad at me. Okay, fine. I was minding
My own business. Bullshit!
I was.
But for the record, yeah, you notice how many Nintendo like mascots, their main premise always starts with, "Here I was, relaxing in my crib, and then some motherfucker had to go and disturb the peace. So now I'm gonna go get disturbing on them." Wait. Yes, play Disturbed.
All right, Angel. I think we built up enough hype for Nintendo.
Anyway, that was enough good news. It's time for you to eat shit.
Time for the
Sorry,
bad news.
guys. It's time for us to.
For the downward spiral?
Yep.
There's always something lurking in the underbelly to piss on everybody's punch.
Oh, here's the best part. It wasn't even lurking. It was front and fucking center, because what I'm gonna tell you about was announced literally at the end of their presentation. I have never seen a Twitch chat go from "we are so barack" to "is so jobber" so quickly.
Like it was, they snuck it in at the end because you could tell that the guys who were doing the presentation, they already had 1 foot outside off stage.
He was in running position.
Oh, by the way, guys, okay, but
yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, bigger, newer console means bigger, newer price tags, and. For a while, let me add some context here. For a while, people presumed this was the result of the tariffs. Unfortunately, it was not.
Not yet, at least. They might make it worse.
They might make it worse. We don't know. The only thing the tariffs have done so far is stop the pre-orders. As Nintendo now is in talks with whoever is in charge of assembling the machine in Vietnam or whatever the fuck, and they're trying to negotiate something. We don't know what it is. Not enough information. So I'm sorry to say, guys, this is all on Nintendo's head. They already had this plan. And the sad thing is, there is precedence from it. Now, as the presentation ended, I smell potatoes. What the hell's your wife cooking?
Oh, no, that's not potatoes. That's mushrooms.
It smells like raw potatoes and mushrooms.
No. That's baby Bella mushrooms that she's cooking
that's
up
what it is.
to have as a side for
Very
part
strong
of the thing.
smell.
She's not mixing the mushrooms in.
Okay, good.
So
because I can't stand this stuff. I'm sorry.
I know you don't like it. I know
I
you
can
don't
eat
like it.
some, but not too much.
No
Okay.
mushroom. No mushroom
It's a
squash.
Mushrooms, please. Also,
Uncultured.
the fact that the
nerve.
Mario movie confirmed,
sorry.
the
Do you
fact
have
that the
any
Mario,
idea how beneficial mushrooms are for you?
I know
they
they're
help fight the
good.
flu, okay?
No.
I know they're good,
I can't.
but I just can't eat too many of them. After
Alright,
a
you
while,
don't
the
have to eat
taste
too
gets
many.
too much.
It's
for me.
okay. Hey,
You
listen.
don't have to eat
That
too
being,
many.
if you sauteed with some sauce though, or deep fried them, I might do something with them.
They're being fried up and
Okay,
then
deep
mixed
fried.
One, you don't have to sell them.
I'm not trying to sell them on
He's
anything.
selling me pretty
I'm
good.
trying to actually explain, like number one, the mushrooms are going to be placed as a side as an optional that you can mix in.
Can I have some red cap in there too?
No, we ain't
Are
having
we
no
making
goddamn
you guys
red cup.
hungry
You
Oh,
then?
wanna
come
die?
on.
You want to actually poison
How about
yourself?
some red cage?
No, what the fuck? Why?
You want belladonna?
Red cage is great.
You want
Yeah, well,
belladonna?
Sometimes.
Well,
All
we've got portobello. baby
Okay, so
bellas.
getting back to it.
All right, so this article.
By the
from
way,
Forbes-
props to the Mario movie for confirming the mushrooms do taste like actual mushrooms. Poor Chris Pratt. Rest in peace, his taste buds. Anyway, Nintendo basically ended the presentation by saying, yeah, this console is going to be $450, which is at least $50 more expensive than the Steam Deck. And even then, people were willing to give them the benefit of that until they revealed that many of their exclusives, the digital version is going to be $80 and the physical version is going to be $90.
Yeah, about that.
Predictably,
Why?
the public reaction was somewhat divisive, in the same way that the sun is somewhat warm.
All right, so let's actually spill it out for these folks.
In an
From
article
Forbes-
provided to us by Forbes, the headline reads, Nintendo fans remained relentlessly furious about the $80 Switch 2 game.
Yeah.
Brought to us by Mr. Paul Tassi. And yeah, let's
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
Mr. Tassi. So,
Thank you for
continuing
this.
on by
Jesus Christ.
Forbes. Scroll down, please. Of course, there have been Nintendo-related controversies in the past, but console war arguments, culture war fights, almost never in recent years. And when Nintendo gets in hot water with fans, it must be something significant. And I cannot remember when I seen something quite like this. News just broke that Nintendo was delaying the US pre-orders of the Switch 2 due to uncertainty around Trump's tariffs and market conditions.
Oh my lord.
But even before that, Nintendo was and still is undergoing a crisis about pricing that started the moment its recent hour-long live stream ended. The 450 console is in the main focus.
$450 console.
Dollars, by the way, not even euros. This is already
So
expensive.
more than the PS5.
Yeah.
$50 more than the original
Oh,
PS5.
by the way, these prices are hitting in every country, even the ones not affected by tariffs. So it's not
dear
exclusive.
God.
We're
Oh,
all getting
fuck
fucked.
that.
We are all getting screwed. Though that is expensive, 50 more than the PS5, 150 more than the original Switch, and 50 more than the $400 price many were predicting. One reason that Switch did so well was its relative inexpensive barrier to entry. It was affordable, but that does not seem to be the case now. priced right up there alongside its rivals, if not above many of them. Rather, the focus was on the reveal that it will likely end up being the most popular game of the console. The brand new Mario Kart World would cost about $80. 10 more than the current and still shitty $70 industry standard, which only became the standard at the start of the generation years ago. By the way, Nintendo pushed for that.
Fucking
What?
Of course they did.
There were some of the very first companies agreeing and pushing the $70 standard.
Greedy
Bullshit!
little bastards.
I'm sorry, but they have always been like this.
Let's continue.
Which is still not over. In some regions, that's €80 with €90 for a physical edition. As of now, that $20 bump for physical doesn't seem to exist in the US, but hey, tariffs now, so
Who knows?
Who knows?
Oh, coincidentally, at least a couple of countries basically went, hey, Trump, we put our taxes down to 0 if you put yours to 0, and he agreed. So we might actually have some negotiation ground in this fucking mess, but that's for another day.
Maybe. But
Right now, let's go for the more important. This is manifested in a few ways. Social media complaining, certainly, but even more high-profile industry figures saying these price points were a pretty sharp turnoff. But on Nintendo's Treehouse live streams, the entire chat, non-stop, has been spamming, drop the price.
Okay, let's say it right, guys. Drop
the
price.
Drop the price.
Drop the price.
Regarding the recent announcements,
Drop it in
mainly
the chat,
focused
folks. Drop the
on
price.
the 80 price point. Scroll
$80
down.
price point.
We also heard from ex-Nintendo PR reps Kit Ellis and Krista Yang talking about how this is a crisis moment for Nintendo. Something that you never hear happening to, well, Nintendo.
Damn.
Former Nintendo of America PR manager Kit Ellis and Krista Yang called this a crisis moment for the messaging on the Switch. Look at the chat.
Oh my gosh.
it's really bad.
They are writing it in Japanese.
Music.
Yeah.
And it just exploded.
Oh my god.
Look
People
at the
being
chat.
really
Look at the
unhappy
fucking
about this.
chat. They're going
And
insane.
like, I don't want to try and blow things out of proportion, but this does feel like a true crisis moment for Nintendo.
He did
It
it.
does, and it's,
said the
it's
thing.
the
He said
thing
the
that
thing.
you don't want to happen when you reveal
No, I
new
actually-
hardware and new games. You want people to focus on the cool
Nice
things that you're
Master
showing
Sword
about
replica. I
Switch
wonder
2,
what
the
it
cool
was.
things you're showing about all these games, and it becomes a crisis when everyone's attention is on this whole other thing, and it's giving it a very negative
Yeah, listen.
spin.
That's
So
a
we're
very
going to
nice
talk
flower
about
garden you're showing me there, but your house is on fire, bro.
It's a bizarre situation because Nintendo appears to be trying a concept about a specific game being at a higher price point, one that it knows will probably be its best seller, as Mario Kart 8 was on the original Switch. The new Donkey Kong game, for example, is $70. But
Still
one
bullshit.
fear is that if Nintendo can do this with a big game, who's to say other publishers won't try?
Oh, they fucking will.
It's easy
Remember, a few months ago, Ubisoft was talking about making GTA 6 $100.
Fuck that
Wait,
shit!
no, it was
bro.
Rockstar. They were talking about that. Or even more.
Still, fuck that
This is a
shit.
precedent.
It's easy to imagine big series.
We already said that. Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, it's easy to imagine big series trying to allow also follow in Nintendo's footsteps here, and soon enough we get $80 Call of Duty and God of War games. There's been hang on, stop moving. There's been a long-running half joke that Grand Theft Auto 6 is such a big game it could charge $100 a copy and people would buy it. Well, if Nintendo is literally doing this, could Rockstar pull that trigger for real?
With 2 months onto the release with pre-orders already lift in most regions, it seems unlikely Nintendo will reverse course. But almost everyone, from fans to analysts, seem to think that they have made a major blunder here.
My God!
Listen, Nintendo could come out with a new gaming console that'll feature all, and I mean all, the past generation console games, including the new games, and it still would not be worth the price amount equivalent to paying an electric bill or rent.
The fact that they're trying to charge that much for an exclusive, and they're still trying to keep the price high for everything else, is not only bad, it's the fact that this bad news is surrounded by equal bad news. I actually had to ask Juan to skip a few of those so I wouldn't get ahead of me in the previous article. That thing that you have to pay for to do a tour now,
Yeah.
that was supposed to be free back in the day. You guys remember the legendary Reggie Fils-Aimé?
Yes, my body is ready.
Well, back in the heyday, he got into a serious fucking discussion with the Nintendo investors, and he was the one that convinced them to make Wii Sports free.
Really?
One of the things that guaranteed the sale of the Wii was the fact that Wii Sports was for free. They wanted to charge people just to have that thing in there. He was the one that told them, no, stop that shit. So imagine, the second he leaves, they start making dumb decisions. And the games, the Switch may show better games, but it cannot handle the size of it. So many of the discs, even the physical ones, are basically just memory cards. There's nothing in there except a digital key to activate the game. And
Yeah,
yes,
so why is it that
Nintendo Switch 1
expensive?
did this before. Because people bought it.
Yeah, but why is it digital that much? I mean,
Because
it's
you're going to buy it
digital.
again. Because they expected to. And Don't forget, Nintendo is not the only one. This is not the first time Nintendo has done this. Let's not forget their continuous running gag over the fact that they never drop the price in their products ever. Breath of the Wild is still as much as it was when it came out.
Yep.
Think about that for a second. They never lower the price of any other products, and because people keep buying it, this shit keeps happening. But now I feel like they had their PS3 moment.
Yeah, I kind of hope that, they, put a nail in the coffin.
This might be
and
the
that it
one.
might start tumbling where people actually start boycotting
This
them.
might be the one that makes people genuinely go, bro, I got kids to feed. I ain't gonna pay. Can you imagine being
in
a
this
child?
economy, $450 in this economy, $80, $90 in this
Imagine
economy.
here that is only dollars. Imagine other countries where it's euros or where the dollar has
Yeah.
ridiculous inflation in comparison.
Also Canadian dollars.
People cannot afford that shit.
Nope.
What is the Canadian dollar? Maple Leafs.
No, it's higher.
It's actually money.
It's actually money.
Yeah,
in
it's
higher
Canadian
currency.
dollars.
What is the Francos? Francos?
CAD.
No,
Just
dollars.
Canadian
It's-
dollars.
you
CAD.
Canadian dollars. Okay. Ha. Diet dollars.
But that being said,
point is,
yeah.
imagine how expensive.
One Canadian dollar is worth 70 American cents.
Huh. Cool. So anyway, imagine being a child and asking your parents for a $60 game. That's pretty expensive. But mom and dad can help you with that. Imagine asking them for an $80 to $90 game.
They will
Bro.
laugh you out of the fucking house.
I will introduce corporal punishment to this family if a child ever asks me that shit.
Yeah.
Because that is insane. Even for an adult person with a job and a steady income, that is too much. That has become a rich person luxury now. It's like a PS5.
When was the last time that we all actually bought a game that
price?
was full price?
For me, that would be Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Okay, but that wasn't that much.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Hang on, I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, Zayana. Oh yeah, K-Storm played. It has Echoes of Wisdom.
When did Devil May Cry 5 come out?
Ooh, 2019.
2019.
That was the last time I bought a game.
I cannot remember.
Dear Lord.
I like to get mine on
Because from
sales.
that point, I found that, I can just wait for a sale for a physical copy. Or if I want to buy a digital copy, I go to like CD Keys or Fanatics and they throw in shit ton of discounts. Oh no, it's legal. It's third party, but it's completely 100% legal. There is no government.
It is.
It's the
It is.
international waters of digital sales.
And Juan, I'm
basically.
actually glad you doubled back to the previous article because, it is confirmed on another source.
No, that's the same GameSpot article.
Oh, yeah, same scheme. Okay.
By the
Yeah.
way, don't
So
forget.
You can get it for $450 or for $50 more. You can get Super Mario, the Mario Kart World.
Don't forget,
bundle pack.
you also have to pay for the subscription service to use the social features. So that
Which is
C
a
button,
lot.
that C button is useless by
Wait,
itself.
how much is it again?
It's like 15 a month or some shit. I don't know. Point is,
I believe it was
you
like
know what?
100
I'm gonna find out.
for a
Give me
year. I
one-
think it was
give
like
me 1
120.
second. Time for live research, folks.
I
point
believe it was
The
120
point
for a
is
year.
that the whole
How
situation.
much
this-
are the social features cost on the Switch 2?
The whole situation has been such a ridiculous shit fire that the Nintendo is trying really hard to put out. Fans do not like it, and it's even gotten to the point where Sega had a little bit of fun with this.
Oh,
and tweeted,
yeah.
and tweeted in response. to
Sega
this.
threw
I-
some shade.
Juan, I need you to open the Twitter link that I shared on the live chat.
Oh,
Thank
wait,
you for
shared it
remembering
in
that,
the
by the
live
way.
chat or in our
In our YouTube chat.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
they are
give me
not
a
telling
second.
me the price of the social feature, but the point is that button on your right
Scroll
Joy-Con,
all
it's
the
literally there
way
to make you spend money.
down.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh no.
It's gotten so bad that Sega tweeted.
Which, by the way,
this.
guys, you have to remember, Sega is also a publishing subsidiary with Nintendo.
Hey man, bite the hand that feeds.
They said this, and I quote,
Big
"Big day for worldly racing games. Anyway, get ready for the only upcoming kart racer you can play with your friends around the world across all your favorite platforms, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds."
By the way, that's because the game is cross-platform. You can play it anywhere.
Yeah!
All I remember is that somebody quoted that article with a comic of Sonic walking away from the Nintendo table going, well, hey, can't win them all. And then he hears the price and he pushes Mario out of the mic stand and goes, hey, you know what is it, $80?
Ah!
Fuck. Oh my
Hey man,
god.
once again, Sega does.
What Nintendo don't.
Oh!
We are so barack.
Oh my god, but it's also so Jover. Fuck.
It's
Yeah.
over for Nintendo.
This is what
But are we Barack? We don't know.
Sega is barack, Nintendo not so much. I'm just saying, man, there is only so far you can push your customers before they decide that it's not worth buying your product. And I feel like Nintendo, they're
It's
having
about to hit
they're
that
having
wall.
their PS3 moment when the new thing is way more expensive than the old thing, but there's not really much of a reason to buy it.
But let's not kid ourselves. It's not going to be
Stand by.
a unanimous point.
Of course not.
There's going to be some people who will pay that much money for the Switch too.
Oh no, there's already people who complain about it and go, "I'm still getting it anyway," and I'm like, "What are you doing?
Then what's the point of you complaining about it if
What-
you're just going to get it?
What's the point of you want? Are you bitching to bitch? What do you want?
I mean,
Brownie
look-
points?
look
Fuck
at me.
off."
I did not buy a Switch until it actually had a Black Friday deal where you can get the Switch and 2 other games for only $25 each.
I got
That's
lucky.
smart.
I won mine
And
in a
I got
contest at
in
work.
the I can't remember how much the Switch was at that point, but it was a significant decrease in price.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get that and the 2 games.
By the way, it was pretty funny that in the presentation they were talking about how much the Switch could do, and they showed gameplay of Cyberpunk, and it was clearly at only 30 FPS.
All right. So, in order to cap this off, to give a closing statement to all of this, listen, like I said earlier, they could come out with the greatest console ever made from Nintendo. It wouldn't be worth the equivalent of how much we need to spend on household needs and rent and food, etc., etc. So, whenever you see
Go ahead and give us a sorry. No, you finish.
So whenever you see Nintendo putting out news reports that they're coming out with awesome games and they're doing great business and everything, please remember, it's not because Nintendo's a really good gaming company. It's because they're fucking predators.
They're financial predators. Yeah, it's the worst thing.
Honestly,
Literally.
honestly,
No, they are
all
predating
these,
on your shit.
all these corporations are getting more greedy and greedy and greedy.
Allow me to finish this
So-
off with a slight bit of funny news. Johnny John Bosch was not aware he was going to play Dante when he auditioned.
Oh,
In
for
fact-
the Netflix Devil
Really?
May Cry
In
series?
fact, he had no idea that it was the Devil May Cry. He just auditioned for an animated series, and according to what he said in the recent report, he was going to play a character named David, and then the director, Addy, took him aside and went, "Actually, you're playing Dante on the series." And he goes,
Yo.
you guys know what I've done before, right?"
You guys know that I'm not Dante. You guys know I'm Nero in this
Yeah,
series,
but we
right?
have an idea. Anyway, let's look at that poll real quick.
Yeah, let's go ahead and close the poll off.
And let's read off the poll
Okay,
results.
so with a total of our audience voting in 9 votes, we have, let's see, Megan 2.0 with 11%, The Naked Gun reboot with 22%, all of them at 22%, and the top winner being Tron Ares at 44%.
Huh.
Damn!
Yeah, I see. I mean, I might take
It's
the time.
Tron.
I might take the
It's
time
Tron.
to watch all of these when I get the chance to.
But
Because I'm interested
I'm
to see what the fuck
biased.
they're doing
I
with
did
Megan,
all.
honestly.
Now on, what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, like, if you were to take the OG Nintendo Switch we've got right now, and if you were to get, like, a single $100 fucking plug-up kind of thing that's, like, half card reader, half disc reader, it's like, okay, this is completely backwards compatible to all of our content. We're talking NES, Super NES, N64, and then GameCube, Wii, and then Wii U.
What about Game Boy?
What?
What about Game Boys?
Oh no, that would be a separate thing for you to play with
Yeah.
like Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. And
You know what it
Can we
would
have
not
that-
be, though?
But can we
Nintendo
have that,
would not
please?
be
I have
worth that
so
much money.
many games.
give me a freaking side loader console adapter thingy to load your old fucking things.
Yeah.
Give me
Okay.
that, and I will happily pay half of what these guys are charging for the
Yeah,
Switch 2.
I was going to say.
Because that
it
would
does-
make sense.
Listen, this can be the greatest game console on earth that dispenses both high-quality chocolates and blowjobs on the daily. It's still not worth that much money. I am not paying that much for video games. I am barely paying $60 for video games. Hell, the fact that we accepted paying $60 for video games to begin with
Yeah.
was a mistake. And the fact that the industry keeps trying to get away with it and continues to succeed to get away with it because some people have too much fucking money and not enough common sense, it's a sign of the fact that this entire industry has a double-edged blade problem. Yes, the corporations keep trying to fuck you over, but you keep buying from them. The people
Yep.
that continue to give these corpos their business are the reason why the corpos keep succeeding.
It's actually even more hilarious is how people are trying to justify, like, oh, you should go ahead and, like, not own a new console, if even no matter how badly you want it. You should go ahead and not go ahead and buy yourself a new phone or a new computer if yours is broken down, or if you've got any other item that you want to buy, but, oh, it's too expensive. Oh, well, maybe you shouldn't do that. You're going to own nothing and you'll be happy.
But if it's too expensive, you shouldn't
You'll
own it.
own
Is it-
nothing and you'll be happy.
But that's an actually solid argument.
The
If it's too-
quartering wants you to own nothing and be happy.
Of course he
Fuck you,
would.
you fat dipshit. Go piss on your floor.
So Fun's case on that one, see, there's a difference because if my fryer breaks, I need a new fryer. If my car breaks, I need to repair it. If my pressure cooker breaks, I need to start a fire in my kitchen. But the point is, there is a very clear difference between the things I need to spend money for and the things I want to spend money for.
But who says that you should buy things? You shouldn't have to buy. You shouldn't want to buy anything.
No.
Own nothing.
Buying
and
is
love
for,
it.
Buying is for people consumed by capitalism, Conrad.
Okay, well,
Point
look
in
what
case is-
I just did.
The point.
What did you just do?
First gonna do.
The point is, it's a luxury. Yes, I could buy it if I want to, but they gotta make it worth my while. My PC is worth my while. My existing consoles and the games I bought, those were worth my
Your
while.
phone.
My
You need a phone.
is worth my while. The time I spend here with my friends and companions and my extended family doing all this dumb shit on the internet, that is worth my while. This doesn't feel like it's worth my while.
I mean, it's also just like how I originally had a pre-order for Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yeah, you can.
I almost forgot that I had it, and I was like, I don't have this money anymore, so I canceled it.
Trust me.
Canceled that shit. It was
Oh.
the collector's edition. I was
By
like,
the way,
cancel?
yeah, 'cause
Are you
don't,
sure?
Yeah, because you don't
Yes.
need it. You can just get the game later.
It was also about to ship to the old address too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and
What is it, Angel?
fair warning, Assassin's Creed Shadows, that thing that you know how you have a big open world you want to explore to find that's in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it forces you to do that. Because the only way to level up your character is to perform the activities in the open world.
Yeah.
So you no longer do it because you want to. You do it because you don't, you will not make it past the first level.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I already knew that because of Origins and that stuff. Yeah.
This shit is broken, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Folks,
That's what
we
you
are
get for
living in the
putting Kanye
weirdest
Far
timeline.
East in your games to fucking cold train his way through Japan.
And with that, folks, we have reached the end of our program. We would like to thank all of you for participating in the live chat tonight. You guys have been fantastic. And thank you very much for voting on our poll. You guys have been really cool, really awesome. And yeah, no, as far as announcements goes, well, Angel, we're about near the end, aren't we? We're about ready to close the curtain on the
Yes.
Are
story.
on the last chapter.
It's about time to take down the false church and reestablish the proper rule of law with Christ the Lord himself as Amicia goes into the evil church to kill the evil Vince McMahon. We finally defeated LA Knight, so that means that WWE lost one of his most charismatic figures. It's a shame, but hey man, it had to
And
happen.
with the help of the Rats, which is at once became France's extinction, will now be their salvation.
That's right. We have
That's what you think.
Listen, we have a full party. We have a rogue. We have a black mage. We have a
Tank.
warrior. We have well,
Tank.
we had a thief, but he got killed, so we got the other thief, and we have a white mage. Party of 6. We're doing the WWE raid extreme with rats. The dungeon gimmick is rats, and I hope you will join us next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the last episode of Los Amigos Play
A Plague Tale
A
Innocence.
Plague Tale Innocence. Oh shit, she lives.
Yeah, Dragon Fang's awake
Wait,
and alive,
you guys
folks.
can see her?
Sometimes.
You can see her?
When I eat the right kind of cactus.
I mean, I'm slightly alive.
Sometimes I can even hear her. She sounds like death warmed over. She kind of looks like death warmed over.
Yes, and where
Sir, I have survived a almost 12-hour shift.
we'll talk about that later.
Chrono
And
time.
where
By
can
later, we mean never.
And where can we watch Los Amigos play?
You can watch it right here on YouTube and Kick.
All right, and for any pro wrestling fans out there, tune into my program, which is Wrestle Rewind, every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube and Kick. Join me and my tag partner, Mr. Juan.
Don't touch me!
As we review 3 of the most exciting pro wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. On last week's edition of Wrestle Rewind, we reviewed the Go Home show of AEW Dynamite, which finished off with the Death Riders jumping Swerve Strickland and powerbombing him through crushed glass to build up their hype for the main event match at AEW Dynasty. And we also finished off, and WWE NXT, we finished off crowning a new North American champion in the absolute Ricky Starks.
Ricky Saints. That's his new name, Ricky
That's
Saints.
right. The revolution is televised, Angel.
Oh, so he changed his last name to what? Starks?
No,
Saints.
no, his original
Saints.
was Starks. It's now Saints.
Oh,
Get it?
so,
Because he's from New Orleans.
so he deified himself. He's
That's
now
right.
Saint Rick.
He's saint-like. Exactly. And in this coming edition of Wrestle Rewind, we will be along with our reviews next week, we will be discussing the main event of AEW Dynasty, which is happening this Sunday, April 6th, over in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
We're not being paid for this, but Tony Khan, you're stupid. Give us your money. I will plug you to the end of, to the heat death of the universe. Pay us.
Also, I guess I should go ahead and announce it right now. we're going to be hosting a watch party for WWE's WrestleMania 41, which is happening on the weekend of April 19th and Easter Day, which falls on 420, y'all.
Yes. It's going to be a one-of-a-kind weekend, and it's going to be a nice big-ass pizza party.
Pizza.
I'll be there for the pizza.
Yeah.
Of course! I got us covered on pizza.
He's going to make sure that we're going to make sure that he orders the new Pizza Hut Pizza Bites
It's not
crust.
new. It's not new.
returning.
It's returning.
The returning.
Do you guys have the pizza bites from Caesars? They're pretty good.
No, I'm getting the Code
Cheesy
Geass
bites.
pizza.
The cheesy
The
bites.
cheesy bites are the motherfucking
Fuck Little
best.
Caesars. We're
Dragon
getting good
You want the
quality
cheesy bites
shit.
pizza?
I might get those too, just to add an entry to the main course.
Like,
Oh, well,
like
thank
in
you. I
Code
appreciate it.
Geass?
Of course,
you like
fam.
that?
I'm not gonna lie. I am
It
a
was
fan
not in-
of
cheese bites
Little
were not in
Caesars
Yes, it was.
breadsticks and
It was in
cheesy
Code
cheese.
I
Geass.
personally prefer their
cheesy
pretzel.
Yes,
their
the cheesy
pretzel,
guys.
cheese, but I haven't seen them in a while.
Zayana
I
doesn't.
thought it was just the normal one.
No,
No,
Zayana
No, they got
didn't
new
know-
ones with pepperoni
No,
and bacon inside.
No, Zayana didn't know
No,
that
in
the
Code
cheesy
Geass, I
bites
thought-
pizza was in Code Geass.
No, I thought it was just normal pizza.
Oh no, they use actual like promoted pizza from different brands, mostly Pizza Hut, but there is like actual brands. They even had that weird
Okay,
collectible
because
pizza.
I only saw the ones
that had
with
cherries in
normal
it.
pizza. I
So
didn't watch it all the way
Very
through.
sweet.
All right, well, it had the cheesy bites pizza in it.
All right. So,
Yeah. So we're gonna snack on that, and we're gonna make sure that Jose gets it, even if it kills him, especially if it kills him.
And now I'm gonna pass the ball over to Juan.
Don't touch me! All right, but
I didn't touch you. I passed the ball. I passed the ball to you.
damn right you didn't. That's what we have. That's where we start things off on the week properly on a good note with my program, The Black Files, the uncensored and uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. As you saw here tonight, we here at the Ravens Flock cover a whole wide swath of stories spanning the spectrum of nerd and geek culture. But on The Black Files, we just hone in on one story. We carve into the truth. We don't hold back our opinions. We don't give a fuck about what we say. We're basically taking a page off of Angel's no filter in his between his brain and his mouth, and we apply that as a proper format for our podcast. This past week, we went ahead and did a whole like timeline of the rise and fall of Rooster Teeth as it had been from 2003 all the way through to 2024. So, and now its subsequent reboot / revival, which is imminent. And so we're waiting to see how that's all going to turn out. There have been a lot of other weird ass crazy stories, but if you want like deep dive stories, if you like to just go into one particular topic or one particular set of like current events, whether it's devolving into nerd culture, geek culture, or pop culture, or anything else, then you better be sure that you request access as we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick for The Black Files.
And of course, tune in to our main show, the #1 show here on our channel, The Ravens Flock, which is every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube and Kick. Join me and my motley crew of nerds as we discuss the weekly news and topics circulating in the world of nerd and geek culture. Whether it's a slow week, a busy week,
She awakens.
or even a dead week. No matter how many Megans are dancing to "Oops, I Did It Again."
No
by
matter
Britney
how many
Spears,
rogue programs break out of the grid.
or no matter how expensive video game consoles are because companies are predators,
And no matter how silly Liam Neeson can get with us.
there's always something to talk about, and we'll be here to share with each and every one of you. Now, once again, we thank you for tuning in for tonight, and this is something we've been doing for a long time, working hard and staying strong to make
Your voice, our mission.
With that being said, Juan, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Folks, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of The Ravens Flock, hosted by Jose Casabona, Angel Mendez, Zayana Rose cosplay, a late coming and just awakening Dragonfang cosplay, K-Storm cosplay, and of course, yours truly, Juan Arouse, as we bring you the latest news in the world of geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between. Working hard and staying strong, making your voice our mission. Join us as we go live every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an interflocker by hitting the join button, and until next time, continue to follow us on, where did it go? There you are, Facebook.com/The Ravens Flock, Twitter.com/Ravens Flock 13, Instagram.com/The Ravens Flock online, Kick.com/The Ravens Flock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring the tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/The Ravens Flock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting live edition of our flagship show. Nerds watching all over the internet, we are the Ravens Flock, and we are out. Oops, I did it again.
Oh my god.
I played with